What up? Fucking microphone, dumbass thing. I don't exactly remember what I was playing earlier when it happened. I think it was Orange Juice. I think I was playing Orange Juice and kicked my foot out, yanked a cable, didn't really think too much, and microphone has been a little fritzy ever since. So. Also, it is ridiculously late at night. And by that, I mean, I think it's only 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's only 10. And I'm just now deciding to stream. Hooray! Why is that the case? Today? I think it's just today, really. I just feel really tired. I think that's the best way to put it, is I just feel really, really tired. As such, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I think everything will be all right. What the hell? Beat with grass type moves. Who is a good grass? I was like, maybe I'll use something that uses grass type moves, and the answer is no. Well, yes, but also no. Oh gosh, shinies. Also, we got a shiny gold. That's all the stuff y'all missed. I'm thinking. Don't you know grass type move or no? You were Steel and Dragon. That is what you are. Wow. Was not actually expecting that. Like, weirdly enough, I actually haven't been paying too much attention to these things. So I'm gonna turn this up. Change move. Because I don't need you to use baby doll eyes. Rather use, I mean, I could use Mimic. Unfortunately for the cheese of kings, I don't really know too many good moves. But we're gonna catch us some barboat. Some barboat. And probably some Tangela. And I don't know if I got to feed it food. I do. Awesome. That actually makes this infinitely more difficult. Because for some reason, trying to feed fish, those two ghastly are inside each other. Trying to feed fish in this game, like any sort of food, is weirdly, like, difficult. Here's what I'm gonna need to do. You don't see anything. That's... Oh yeah, I don't have any orange berries anymore. That's right, I put them all in my thing. All in my thing? I don't even remember what the thing is. Just grab some of these. Purple berries. Hello, random dedoofs. Also, I had a full idea for today. Not anymore! Alpha guest. Y'all don't see shit. Can you eat that? That worked better than I thought it would. Gonna be honest. Geodude, please. Geodude, Geodude, you don't see anything. Geodude, you don't see anything. I swear you don't see a thing. Oh, it left me. Thank goodness it left me. Jeez. Weirdly enough, I'm actually probably going to feed this thing some Lepa berries too. Just so we can get it to 10. Do I have to catch it without being spotted? Sometimes I really don't get this game. It really wants me to catch some Pokemon without being spotted, right? That's what it wants me to do. Yet it doesn't. It's just like, no, by the way, you're gonna have to throw some Pokeballs from a distance. Does this work? You don't see shits. No. How the heck do you want me to catch a Barboach without it seeing me? That feels like a horrible idea. Hello, Shadowblade. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Let's... Okay, hold on. Like this? No. I mean, that's not gonna count. But, like, we caught one without being seen before. I think I could do it again. But no. Oh, and there's Wish Cache, too. Heavy specimens. I have to catch 20 without being seen. Awesome. Oh, I have to defeat 20 Wish Cache. Well, that makes this easy. Hello. Yeah, I missed. Don't worry, this random board I found is gonna be amazing. How the heck am I about to catch some Barboach without being seen? Like, Basculegion is pretty loud. No, stop, please, leave, halt the jury to figure out how the heck I'm about to catch this fish. All right, so I need my angles. My angles is like the key. The angles are the key. I'm very, very bad at angles, but like, we might have a shot right here. Oh, there we go. Cool. Not without being spotted. Whew. Man, some of the tasks in this game are crazy. I mean, some of these I should be able to just kind of get at least a little bit close with. Yeah. No, don't run away. Like that works. So I just have to comb. I just have to comb the inside here. All right, sure. Why not? Whatever. Okay, so Barboach is on the other side. So what I want to do then is I want to do this so we can get over here to say hi to the Barboach. And then we sneak on, go sneaky, and realize that I need to defeat the Roserade later. But I'll do that in a bit. And I still have to catch some Tangela. Perfect. Do you have to catch Tangela without being seen? Not anymore. You good? It's working out. It's working out. Catching Barboach without being seen, doing all the tasks in this game because I'm crazy. Like, you know, that's just how this goes. How it goes. I've not left the second area for so long. Oh no, I've glitched the game again, haven't I? Well. What the? Oh, there was a Golbat. I was like, what the heck made that noise? I now know what has made that noise. God, Okay, real talk. Like, I enjoy playing this game, right? I think this game is a lot of fun. And I enjoy just doing all the tasks and just kind of, you know, minding my own business. And I know I'm kind of a crazy person, right? For trying to do every single task in the game. Because if I do every single task in the game, there's no actual, like, reward for it. It's just, cool, good for you, kid. You got... You capped it. You got all the tasks. Which probably numerous people have done, but they have way more time on their hands than me. And yet, even still, right? Even still, I'm doing all the tasks. And... I get frustrated by the glitchiness of this game. Which is weird, because 99 out of 100 people will never experience the same glitches that I do. Right? Like, I've played through this game, and I've had people into my chat and being like, hey, by the way, this game is, need to sleep soon, but I want to drop in and say, hi, hey, Donkey, hope you have a wonderful night. Take it easy, take it easy. Hope you had a fantastic day today. What I was saying was, like, most people I've had join my chat who's played this game, they're like, oh, yeah, no, this game is, like, pretty good. There's no glitches or anything. Like, I mean, there's a few glitches if you want to speed run the game, but, like, there's nothing, like, too out of the order. Which I'm like, okay, you know, that's cool. And then I play the game. And it's always when I play the game that I find just the weirdest freaking glitches. Which is cool, but I always wonder why no one's really talked about it. Like, that is actually something that I really would like to know, is why no one talks about the same glitches that I find. There might be somebody, you never know, there might be somebody, but based on the fact that, like, there's so many people who probably are trying to, like, 100% this game and do all the tasks and everything. There's probably at least a handful of people doing the same thing I'm doing. Much less streaming it. Like, there are probably not too many people streaming themselves at doing this. But it just baffles me. The whole day-night charade, as I call it. It's so weird. What up, Dirsa? How's it going? I mentioned a story about me and Glitch as well. Yeah, I believe you mentioned it. Oh. You're not weak to poison? Are you grass and poison type? Huh. Learn something new every day, I guess. But it just confuses me that, like, because for those who don't know, the glitch I found in this game, and I've seen this a lot when it comes to me. This is not going to go well, is it? All these Goomies are going to die. It's been nice knowing you, Goomy Squad. You never experienced that? What rare game? Is it Banjo-Kazooie? Conquered Bad Fur Day? I don't know. There's some glitches in games that, like, I find and no one's ever seen. I think the big one for me though is this game. The fact that you can screw up the day-night cycle in this game. The fact that you can screw up the day-night cycle in this game baffles me. Like, let it be known, the fact that that is a thing is stupid. Like, let it be known. For those of you who are new, who don't know what I'm talking about, which is something I actually mentioned like a few minutes ago, is sometimes there's one that self-selecting challenge happened 2 times in a row on the same turn. Damn. I think you mentioned it to me before. Yeah. But for me, like, so here's how it actually works for those who don't understand how this glitch works. So the way it works is, from what I'm assuming, I'm not a programmer, I'm not a developer. This is just all pure conjecture, but I just want it to be like known what I think. But you know, a developer of a game might tell me otherwise, and it's, you know, that is what it is. But the big thing that I feel like I notice. Okay, so notice that there's a gas leak that is out and about. My thought process on this is that the game checks to see if it's day or night. Okay, so top right of the screen, normally I have this blocked because my face cam's up there. You're normally on the top right, you should see a sun, right? There's a sun, sometimes there's a sun going up or down over the horizon, and then it goes nighttime and there's a moon. My theory is that after a certain number of day-night cycles, and it's not day-night cycles like you, from what I've noticed, you can't just keep sleeping to just change the time so it goes faster and faster. You have to be playing this real time. After a certain amount of time has passed in real time, I would like to say maybe an hour, maybe 2, and you're still in the same area. It's either an hour or 2, or it's how many cycles of day-night. The game stops tracking the day-night cycle. And whatever cycle it ends up on and stops is the final check. Which in this case, right, so we have Badoo running around. Badoo is a daytime Pokemon, but we also have Ghastly, so that is a nighttime Pokemon. The game essentially for me right now stopped right at the split for when Ghastlies are supposed to leave and Badoos are supposed to spawn. That is when the game decided to cut off this point, because I've been playing in this area for so long. Now, that can mess up some of your spawns. Like I just fought a Roserade, right? I just fought a Roserade in that little area. Sometimes that's a Honchkrow if it's at nighttime. So the game has decided that a Roserade is going to stay there forevermore, but a Honchkrow will not spawn there unless I leave the area. I'm a little bored today and busy. 2% of assignment 2 Thursday done. That's good. Good to get that going. But overall, right, this glitch is actually really good in some situations, right? If you're trying to catch Zubats during daytime, this is the best way to do it, my opinion. I did it the dumb way. I fully admit I caught Zubats in the stupidest way possible for the daytime. But if you want to legitimately catch Zubats during the daytime, wait about 2 to 3 hours. Leave your game on. Just literally leave the game on, have it go through a few day-night cycles. When you come back to it, the game will be so screwed up time-wise that you'll have nighttime Pokemon out during the day and vice versa. And the day is going to still switch day to night, but the Pokemon shouldn't really change. It really shouldn't. Have the code working instead of 4 to 5 boys will have to pick PDF up. Nice, you got this. You got this. Also, I'd like to say for the record, I have not died in this game yet. I don't plan on. overall though, like this game at least is still rock solid in a whole bunch of different ways. Hi buddy. You're about to no longer exist in a little bit. And I understand, I think somebody ended up telling me that like at least half of the team, half of the actual like Pokemon team worked on this game, which is cool, but that explains why it kind of seems a little more buggy than most, especially if you only have half a team working on a game. Just gonna go around collecting our stuff and waiting to see if we find anything interesting. Weirdly enough, I have been here long enough. Oh, I should mention that, yeah. So I've been here long enough for some... man, if only that Umbreon was... Oh, there's Porygon Z's. Porygon Z. He's been spawning very consistently. He's supposed to be considered a very rare. That is my 4th one I have seen in this area. Nothing crazy. There's a regular Porygon. Weirdly enough, yeah, the Porygon 2s have like started to disappear, but the Porygon Zs, full bloom. The Porygon Zs are like, yep, we're... Hello. Just gotta hide here. You should disappear soon. Disappear, I say. Disappear? Thank you. I was like, please disappear. Yeah. So I still have been checking a lot of these space-time rifts, right? I don't need any of the Pokemon here, except for one. I need a sleeping Snorlax. Problem is, sleeping Snorlax is a rare. Finding a Snorlax on its own is rare enough as it is. Finding a sleeping one is even more rare. Which, funny enough, I've been doing this for so long that I've now seen every single Pokemon in one of these rifts sleeping, including, I think, even a Porygon at this rate. I don't think Driftblooms sleep. They might. I can't tell. But pretty much any Pokemon that can sleep other than Snorlax has slept, including an Umbreon and a Flareon. And I'm just like, okay, I guess that's fine. I also do have a little bit of an unfortunate thing. While I was grinding, so space-time rifts go for only a certain amount of time, right? They only go for a certain amount of time, and there's a whole bunch of Pokemon that spawn. Pokemon can actually spawn right before the space-time distortion leaves, and once the space-time distortion leaves, the Pokemon disappear with it. Earlier today, no, not earlier today, sorry, yesterday, when I was just doing my typical grinding stuff in this game, I heard the shiny jingle right as it was about to end. I normally don't, like I said, I'm not like grinding shinies or anything. I'm just here for the Snorlax more than anything. Let me just say, kind of disheartening to hear a shiny jingle and then the game just like, by the way, bye. It's like, oh, okay. These should be the last two, by the way. The Driftblim and the Luxray. Like, you can tell because there's a timer sort of thing. Yep, there it goes. Nothing crazy. And for some reason that kind of fixes the timing if you're a space-time distortion. Also, there used to be a Tangrowth that lived here. The Tangrowth is now deceased. Potentially permanently. Once upon a time, there was a Tangrowth, and then the Tangrowth died. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. Bye, bye, bye. I don't know where I was. What I need to do, actually, is I need to... No, because here's the thing, since I'm doing this... If you don't mind, would you say 100 lines is a decently sized text file? Like 100 lines filled with words? I mean, it's decent. It's not like the greatest size of a text file, but I guess it depends on what's in the text file. Yeah, I guess it purely depends on what's in this text file. Also, I get the feeling with rain that no fish spawn in the rain, which would make sense, hypothetically speaking. But sense in a Pokemon game? Nah, bruh. Not even a little bit. That code per line? Yeah, I guess that's quite a bit. Alright, here's a question. Well, I found an answer. It's not so much the answer I'm looking for. Hello, Alpha Wishcash. Level 64. Leaf Blade should kill you really fast, shouldn't it? Holy crap, you have a lot of HP. Wishcash should be taking times 4 damage for that. That's insane. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Okay. So there's a Barboach over here. The thing is... Oh, you see me. See, how the heck do you get a fish to not see you when you're on a fish? I mean, it doesn't matter because we need to kill these guys anyway, but... I need to catch 20 Barboach without being seen. I need to defeat 15 of them. That's not too bad. Guess I just have to be on the lookout. There's a Wishcash. Kind of funny seeing just a Wishcash around. Wishcash is a cool Pokemon. I mean, you are level 56. Why are you level 56? I just spit some worms. Anywho, glad to hear though that day's been going well for most people. That's a good thing. Cause me, I woke up I think at like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. I don't think I've gotten anything done today, being honest. I uploaded a clip onto YouTube, I uploaded an update video. I was thinking of doing an update stream on YouTube just to kind of give an idea of stuff going on, and I just did not work. So I just was like, fuck it, we'll make a video, go from there. The video seems pretty, like, well received, at least. The clip, holy hell, man, people did not like the clip. Which was funny, because I was like, oh, this is just a playful, like, little joke. And holy hell, people, like, I think we had like 3 or 4 dislikes, which, keep in mind, to me, it's still a lot. Right when the thing dropped, it was insane. I mean, I figured out why, because I don't think I have mods like actively patrolling like my comment sections on anything. If they are, like, kudos to them. But like, whatever comments are there, whatever comments are there. Somebody posted, I think it just said cringe is all it said. Which, yeah, not gonna lie, clip is pretty cringe, but whatever, I think it's funny. And their comment got deleted somehow. it could be just by the person themselves, like they deleted it themselves. But if you're gonna post just cringe, like the word cringe, like most of the time you're not gonna delete it. You want the person who made the clip or whatever read it. And it's just funny to me that like the person themselves deleted it or YouTube did, which is so weird that YouTube might be deleting comments. And I actually really hope that that's not the case. Because it's like YouTube, right? It's like YouTube is essentially trying to be that parent that like believes that there's nothing wrong in the world. I don't know if any of you guys have like any parents who are like that, where they're just like, oh, you know, world's not that bad of a place, even though the world's kind of going through shit right now. They're like the parent, though, not gonna lie, who they just kind of seem like they just don't acknowledge anything bad. Like, I watch a lot of Phil DeFranco. Fantastic content creator. I love listening to his news. And I gotta say, like, the fact that even he can't sometimes talk about important stuff, like the war going on right now, or just like the pandemic, like it's crazy to me that even he can't really talk about it. Meanwhile, even though it was like hella important, right? Super important stuff. And it's like YouTube is like, oh yeah, by the way, you know, you can't talk about that. It's taboo to talk about that sort of stuff. And here I am just like, you know, I'm just minding my own business, just posting whatever I find, like whatever humorous clips that I think are funny that people would enjoy. And if YouTube themselves are deleting the comments off of the video because it's too negative, that's insane. Because I could give a rat's ass what people think when it comes to like whatever like I put out. And okay, let me rephrase that. That didn't really sound that good. I care when it comes to criticism, but if they're just gonna say one thing and then just kind of like fuck off, like then I don't really care, because it's not like it's not gonna like help out like making better content in the future, right? But if somebody's just gonna put like one word thing, you know, I'm just like, all right, whatever. You said your piece, later. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to delete comments. Like, that is insane. And I don't think I've ever heard of a YouTuber like deleting comments. I think the only thing they do is they will delete like comments that are like spam comments, you know, the ones. You want a free car, just click this link and you'll have like 20 cars or some shit. I don't know. Is this fish asleep? I think this fish is either dead or asleep. Weird. But yeah, like I don't hear that like other content creators will do that sort of stuff. So the fact that if YouTube themselves are like, yeah, well, we're just gonna delete them ourselves. You know, I was actually hoping that that Pokeball was not gonna fly that far. Jesus. How much to do besides be busy today? Not much to do besides like today? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think so. But no, I'm pointing out the fact that it was so weird to me, that one. Too short. Still too short. Semester's done May 6th. And then he can join for orange juice fun. Got it. Let's go. Getting the facts. Yo, what up, Piranha? How's it going? Weirdly enough, we haven't even used the facts in a while. How have you been, Piranha? Yo, I get to start working tomorrow? And Goldenrod City Radio Station 37.3. Yeah. Way too forced people saying things going on. I'm just a little bit, because I feel like we're moved past that point. We're like, they really shouldn't try to censor stuff, and yet they do. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna. With gold bars. Yeah, no, that's true. Which is just weird, because it's just akin to the idea of just plugging your ears to pretend it's not there. And it's like, no, it's there, bruh. It's definitely still there. Can't just imagine that it's not there anymore. There's Alpha Ralts. Hi, you don't see anything, I swear? I'm pretty sure you don't see anything. Small specimens caught. It tells me you are not so small, my rather large alpha friend. Monetization? Yeah, no, I just think it's stupid that that's the case. It's so dumb. Right, where did that barboach go? There it is. Yeah. I agree. It's definitely dumb. What classifies as a small Ralts? That's my next question. Sorry, going back to the Pokemon talk. What the heck classifies as a small Ralts? Like, this Ralt seems small, but is it like Roselia size small, or? I mean, I know for sure that the freaking Alpha Ralts is not small. Is it Budew size small? It took me freaking forever to catch small Petalils, and I don't even think I'm done. I lied. Meanwhile, man who's currently done with Petalils. Listen, man, I just want to do my tasks. Oh, you know what? All of the, well, that was fast. We literally just finished a space-time distortion, didn't we? Didn't we straight up just finish a space-time distortion in the same area? I mean, I don't mind, because that just means I can... kind of chill. But... Carnivine, you don't see me, right? Cool. So now I guess we could just chill here. Yo, in other news though, I start my new job. Like the shadowing and everything for the new job tomorrow. Should be pretty simple. I don't know. I always get those like new job jitters. Which is weird that I have to say that like I'm still not used to getting a new job and I still get the new job jitters. But real talk, I do. Like, and maybe it's gonna be like this for like every new job that I get, but there are some where I get like I get nervous, my hand shakes, like am I gonna do things right the first time, like what's gonna happen. I've been replaying how I have to start the day in my head, where essentially tomorrow I have to go in at like a specific time, enter through a specific door, And I'm gonna hope that some of the other new hires are there also at the same time. They should be, but I guess everyone got different schedules, so not entirely sure. That was fast. The space-time distortion formed really, really fast. I'm nervous, especially when it comes to the person you're shadowing, because some people may not really think about it too much. But whenever it comes to a new job, and if there's gonna be somebody around you who is supposed to like show you the ropes, and that was weird, who's supposed to like show you the ropes and like tell you how to do your job, that can really make or break how you might perform. Because most of the time the people you shadow are just regular other employees. And while they are regular other employees, like they don't have any like training experience, I guess is the best way to put it. Not saying that they're like not qualified for the job, but it's more the fact that like these people aren't like, they aren't the trainers, right? They're just other employees that they're just like, hey, make sure you just watch them so you know what you're doing. And I've had at least one job where like the person who was training me, oh my lord, was it like, to say it was a shit show was an understatement. Because like the person did not have any interest in answering questions or training or anything of the sort. They just wanted to sit there and just do whatever they did. And I was like, hey, you know, I just want to make sure, is this what this means? Is that what that means? Completely blown off. And it's really bad when that happens, right? Because then you just don't feel super confident in your job and you don't feel like you're gonna understand it. So shadowing shifts are like my most like iffy shifts when it comes to working. But that's why whenever I am the person that somebody shadows, like I'll make sure they can ask me a bazillion questions. I'll answer every single one. I'll take my time with them, like do all that sort of jazz. But that I'm one person and everyone else handles it all a different way. So it's like, oh god. Hello, Alpha Eevee. Damn it, I'm weird. Interesting. It makes me a little nervous, you know? Makes me a tad bit. Moving over here. A lot more room over here. Still, it's bar backing. It shouldn't be that difficult. Like, I'm not expecting super difficult stuff, right? I'm just gonna be moving stuff around, refilling things. Hopefully I'll get like taught their preferred ways of like cutting fruit, because everyone does that differently, and just seeing what happens there. Shifts tomorrow's though from 4 to midnight, which is weird. That actually was weird to me, because I don't even think the place is open till midnight. So I don't understand why it's till midnight. Let me just double check. Yeah, no, it closes at 11. I guess they give you till midnight so that way you have like a general idea. Like that way you stay a little bit longer so you can get stuff set up for the next day. That's my assumption. But like, I don't work there, so I've been wrong. Oh, I need to catch one more Yanma without being seen? Crazy! Caught a Yanma without being seen. Need to die to rock types. You escaped from your... Oh, okay, I was about to say, I was like, did you just escape from your Pokeball? I custom fitted that Pokeball with heated seats. Damn it. Hello, Tangela. Goodbye, Tangela. Has it ever been shown what Tangela looks like underneath Tangles? Is it just a black ball of death? Devoid of happiness? Man, Tangela must be so sad. Is there anything in here? I don't even remember if I checked if there's supposed to be anything in here. Hello? No? Okay, moving on. I feel like the space-time distortion is about to be fixing some stuff here. Now the Pokemon that are out in the daytime are out in the daytime. Excuse me. Also, somewhere around here is a person. And I don't know if I've shown this off on stream. But if I haven't, let's show it off right now. This could either go really, really well or really bad because I don't remember the specifics. But what the heck? Let's see. Turtles in Time 2. Hello. You are a Burmy. I just wanted to see what you were. I still didn't go back and check to see if you hear the shininess in between trees. That would have probably been helpful. Hello, you're a Wish Cache. Did I just jump off my own? What? Are you dead? No. Try this again. Are you dead? Are you dead? Wish Cache, are you okay? Are you okay? And the answer is cool. Another Wish Cache. Hello. Did you know that I have a Leafeon? Huh. Was not okay. I was like, I was not expecting the sleep move. The sleep move surprised me. Anyway, speaking of sleep, I could use a rest. I'm tired. I've been doing tasks all day and just chilling, you know? Hello! I want to see my Pokemon. Sliggoo. Petalil? No. Tangela. I'll take Tangela. You three. Do you need an item to evolve? Mother of Lords. And with that, I have now 5 boxes filled of Pokemon that need to evolve with an item. And 3.5 with Pokemon that need to trade to evolve. And these Murkrows also need to evolve with an item. God damn it. I hate it. I really hate it here. There's also friendship and all that sort of jazz. I still have to catch some more Tangelas. I have to defeat with poison type moves. That's right. Didn't start their wife, but stayed in tune. Those check marks. Yeah, there's a lot. There is quite a lot, that is for sure. Alright, let me show off a thing that I think I've mentioned, but I've never, like, shown it off. And the only reason I know that I can do it right now is because I saw the person. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. If we go over here, should be... Did I already fight you? She's gone. Okay, sometimes you can find the bandit girls. There's an Alpha Togepi over there. That is slightly terrifying. Honestly. Alpha Togepi. Very, very terrifying. I really need to trade Pokemon with somebody in this game. It literally, it frees up 3.5 of my boxes if I could trade with somebody. If anyone wants to trade Pokemon and just like want to continually trade Pokemon back to me, like you might get, I mean, you can get a shiny Pokemon out of it, I guess, because you got like a bunch of golems. If that works for you, then cool. I just need somebody to trade Pokemon with. And the person I originally was going to trade Pokemon with is probably asleep right now. Tangela, don't you run. More Tangela. More Tangela. $22. Pretty awesome. Onyx. That's like a little bit of an issue I have with this game though, is that trying to complete it does take ages. Like literal ages. Hello, Alpha Rhyhorn. You'd think you'd be an Alpha Rhydon or Rhyperior, but no. You're an Alpha Rhyhorn. What are you? A Burmy. Hello, random Burmy. Sudowoodo. There's an Alpha Bonsly. Interesting. Interesting. An Alpha Bonsly caught without being spotted is insane. Can I just say, catching a Bonsly in this game is so, like, Bonsly's requirements are so insane to me. Hey, what up, Victor? How's it going? Doing alright, how about you? Oh, okay. Literally every single Murkrow in a 5-mile radius saw me. Oh, you fly. I don't want to see you anymore? Goodbye, fly away. Doopa-doopa-doopa-doo-doo. Doing my tasks. Chilling right now. I got so confused. I saw that Psyduck and I thought I was seeing things. Kid you not. I thought I was legitimately seeing things. I was like, there's a Wario's in this game? Oh my lord. What if, oh my gosh, what if Mario was a Pokemon trainer? What would Mario's Pokemon be? Mario would probably be like Ash and just use the same Pokemon as Ash. Maybe. Trying to get some alphas and things? Nice, nice. I wish you the best of luck. So I think Barboach is just literally only here. Literally like one spot over here and then the others I just have to murder elsewhere. That's fine. Goop-a-doop-a-doo. Ralts is not up. I think Ralts is only daytime. I don't remember. Alright, where are the fish? There they are. Seems to be a big fish, actually. Please tell me you don't see me. Nice. I'm assuming they didn't see me. Maybe. Alright, they saw me. Just no one saw that one. This Barboach definitely is not seeing me. If all of a sudden rain makes it able to see me, I'm gonna be upset. Awesome. Are there any particular alphas you're looking for? By the way, Victor? Mario probably gets some kind of mushroom Pokemon like Fungus and Carnivine or something, like a Piranha Plant. And maybe something just red. Probably like, yeah, probably Mungus, right? Mungus, Carnivine. Well, I mean, Mario eats mushrooms, yeah, but I think Peach would be the one who would actually just have an army of 6 Amoonguss. Like, let's just be real. And she has Toads. Toads are suddenly Amoonguss. Like, that's all there is to that. Is there a fire grass type Pokemon? Probably an Abomasnow, right? Because that's ice and grass. So that could be like an ice flower. Anything I need to do over here? Nice. There's not a fire grass type Pokemon yet. Gotcha. Because I was thinking like fire flower, right? Well, think of like the power-ups that Mario uses. So obviously Mario would just need at least some sort of mushroom. So I guess that would be just trying to complete an Alpha Dex, while also trying to complete the Pokedex. Is that a thing? Is it like a requirement to find every single alpha in the game? If so, I have passed up a lot of alphas because my care of finding alphas is so little. Is that a wish cache? Yep. Still have to defeat you with grass type moves, my friend. I'm just trying to think of all the power-ups that Mario uses, and like I can't think of any. Alright, well. Here's a Barboach. Here's an Alpha Barboach, I guess. Maybe right here? You don't see shit. You don't see anything. You don't see anything. All right, listen here, Barboach. You don't see anything. You don't see anything. No, you don't see a thing. You don't see anything. No. No, you don't see anything. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I'm just a ball of purple in a corner. It worked. That better have not seen me. Yes. You guys actually can't see it because it's behind my face cam, but just take my word for it. It didn't see me. Haha. I guess I should also ask Victor as well. Are you trying to complete the Pokedex? Or are you trying to perfect the Pokedex? Trying to catch these Barbo big spot. I wonder, what if I put this like right? I mean, it works. Because it just flies far. I was not expecting to actually have that work. I really was not expecting that to actually work. Oh my lord. Kind of insane. And there's another Barboach over here. Turn around. Turn the car around. Don't you know? Shattered by... I mean, it worked. How many times do I break till I shatter? Over the line, can't I find what I'm after? I always turn the car around. You don't see anything, Barboach. Let it be known. You don't see anything. That was actually an amazing throw. I would like everyone to know that that was actually an amazing throw. And it's just very unfortunate that the Barboach decided not to cooperate. Let's go. Circling. The Barboach still does not see me. We get closer, we throw. You know you've hit your stride when you catch Barboaches a lot. Meanwhile, Wish Cash. Wish Cash. Doing Wish Cash things. Also, I know I can't get Goodras yet, which makes me sad, because Goodras, I just need to get to level 50 and then evolve it through Rain. But, like, all my Pokemon are kind of stuck at, like, level 40 because of me being really dumb and trying to perfect everything. See, I don't think of myself as a perfectionist, but, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm a confectionist. In other words, I burn down bakeries. I mean, what? I'm not that bad of a baker that I burn down bakeries. I swear, I'm innocent. It was not me. I do have a fire story, actually. I was, sounds like Carson to me. I didn't do it, I swear. No, actual fire story. So this past Saturday, sorry, this was, not Saturday. Again? Man, these space-time distortions are showing up hella fast, huh? Anywho, so I was, did that just say unawares? I'm so confused. Anyway, so I ended up having like kind of my birthday celebrated on, not directly on Easter, but on the day before. Just because like I haven't been home and so on and so forth. So like my brothers and everybody was like trying to sing happy birthday to me and everything. And they were having so much trouble trying to find a lighter to light the candles on the cake. Which I was just like, you guys, this is not a big deal. I'm 26 years old. I don't need to have happy birthday sung to me. It's okay. And yeah, it does say you caught Wish Cash unawares. Why is there a random S at the end of unaware? I'm so confused. Sorry. But what happens is I'm like, hey, I could just go upstairs and grab my matches. Totally forgetting that it's my parents who are trying to light the cake. And they don't like me they've never liked me having a lighter on me from like my previous job. Or previous jobs rather. And they've never liked me having matches. Especially when I'm just fascinated by fire. So me accidentally revealing that I have a box of matches in my room right now wasn't the greatest. They were not happy. And that is an understatement. Also, when I was told to put away the cake, I was eating cake. And I wanted to finish the cake before it melted. But it didn't. Got a nice Oreo ice cream cake, though. Also, I kept getting the feeling that my parents continually implied how fat I am. And it happened way too consistently. So, without being unaware, I didn't think it would have an S at the end. Which is fair. If you like Fire's cooking, even I wouldn't hesitate to give you thumbs. I mean, that's fair. That is absolutely fair, Jigsaw. I'm just saying, like, yeah, no, I get it. No, something else that happened though is as I was, so as they were like cutting up the cake, my parents continually asked for like at least like 3 minutes while they're like waiting for the cake to thaw and everything. They were actively being like, okay, so do you want to have a quarter of the cake? And I'm like, why would I have a quarter of this cake? This cake is like, I mean, it's not like a massive cake, but it's not like, you know, having a quarter of a cake is a lot of cake. So I said no. And they're like, are you sure you don't want a quarter of the cake? And I'm like, no. Why would I have a quarter of the cake? And they're just like, okay. Oh no, we get you, we understand. But are you, like, can you stop asking if I'm sure that I don't want to have a quarter of a freaking, like, decently sized cake? Like, what the hell? Like, a quarter of a cake is a pretty big amount of cake. Let it be real. Oh, hi. Jesus! This Golduck wanted to murder me. Hello. Crunch would have been better. That worked out surprisingly well, not gonna lie. But yeah, I was so confused why they kept asking me for a quarter of a cake. I'm like, I'm not that fat. Even though I just ate. I'm getting better at eating more than once a day though. I'm getting better. I've moved to 1.5 times a day. Let it be known. I am tired. Sorry, some people like to do at everyone's a ton in Discord channels, which I don't really mind, but I don't like having the notifications there, so I try to get through my notifications as quick as possible. Somebody added everybody with a God, what is that anime called? Sakamoto. Is it Sakamoto? Haven't you heard I'm Sakamoto? I think is what it's called. If I recall correctly. Fantastic anime. Somebody used a GIF from it. And everyone's like, oh, what anime is that from? They're like, I don't know. I found it from whatever tenor, I think is what it is. That's what it said on there, like tenor or GIF or whatever. But I don't know. I typed it in and I was like, it's such a good anime. Haven't you heard? I'm Sakamoto. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The world's most perfect students. The opening theme though for Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto is amazing. It's so ridiculously good for no reason. Also, this is taking a long time for this rift to spawn. The last rift like started immediately. This one's taking its sweet time. Could be good, could be bad. I don't know, the rifts have been spawning pretty frequently though. Not bad. How's it looking? It's almost done. Keep checking when it's almost done. I'm so confused. Why? So many times. I'm so close. So close. Not fun. Space-time distortion has appeared. Hello, Porygon. Nice to see you again. Hello, Porygon 2. I always have to take a double check to just make sure that the EV is not anything special. Nice. It's weird that like I have so many shiny Shinxes that have now become shiny Luxrays. I haven't seen a single shiny Luxio or Luxray this entire time. There's a lot of Pokemon I've seen a ridiculous amount of times. You'd think I'd see like something special. It hasn't happened, but there's the weirdest one of them all, just to be frank, is Bidoof. Like, I'm not gonna lie, was expecting to have a shiny Bidoof at this point. I was expecting to have at least 12 shiny Bidoofs. I wanted to make an entire Bidoof squad that was just purely based on just Bidoof. I thought it would be hilarious. Spoiler, haven't gotten a single shiny Bidoof. The Bidoof squad doesn't work, unfortunately. Also, this is the first time in a while that I've not seen a shiny seen a Porygon Z. Also, waiting to find a Cyndaquil. Don't know when Cyndaquils spawn in these, but I know that they do. Unless they're ridiculously rare, or if it's the end of the game. It's probably the end of the game, but I'd like to hope. Once again, the biggest reason we're actually doing these still is not even because of shinies or anything. We're actually only doing this for Snorlax. Which I know I can find Snorlax later to get him while he's falling asleep, but if I can get it done now, then that's fine with me. Now I got the Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto theme stuck in my head. God, opening themes to anime just so good. Ending themes, not so much, but openings, pretty dang. Some that come to mind is Erased, Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto, Cautious Hero, pretty much any of the animes that I've watched, because I watch them and they're the only ones I know. Come on. Literally, I'm just waiting for a sleeping Snorlax. I know you guys like to go to sleep. Literally have watched so many of you guys fall asleep. I mean, none of you guys actually fell asleep today, but I know that you will fall asleep. Falling asleep is something that happens. I know it. As an Umbreon. Hello, Umbreon. That Drifloon is, or sorry, Drifblim is freaking out. Can you not come closer? What was that noise? Was that the summoning noise of the Dark Lord? You're a dick. Porygon. Porygon just walks up, is like, hey, I see that you're there. Wanna die? Like, please don't. I just got here. Oh, I see that you just arrived. Amazing. Wanna fucking die? Like, okay, please don't hurt me. I'm an innocent. What am I? I'm an innocent Pokemon trainer. Oh, Barboach, Barboach, Barboach. Barboach. Barboach, Barboach, Barboach. Barboach. Oh. Don't slide down. Perfect. Okay. Okay. The Barboach is right there. I believe. You dickhead, you moved! I'm actively upset that you just moved. Hit the tree. Dirtbag. Yeah, that's right. You thought you can get me? I'm behind this tree. Turn around. I said turn around. I'm just a tree. I swear I'm just a tree. Look it. You can't see anything. I hate run. Just a tree. I'm just a tree. I'm just a tree. The fucker, get away from me. This Geodude has been a pain in my ass. I'm trying to catch a Barboach without being seen, Geodude. Doesn't see me. Doesn't see me. Okay, right here, right here, right here. You don't see anything? We move forward ever so slightly. Oh, it's attacking the tree. It's consistently attacking the tree. It actually thinks that I'm the tree. Alright, we're still the tree. It hasn't clued into our presence just yet. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Finally. Watch him escape. How many is that? 17. We're close. We're close. Meanwhile, this Wish Cache. Death. Death to the Wish Cache. Thank you very much. Leafage. Jigsaw, I know you're a big fan of time splitters and such. Are you a fan of just like a lot of FPS games? Because I think that's been your kind of go-to. Or is there any other rare games that you enjoy? I'm just curious, is all. Hello, Paris. Paris, please. Paris, please, I need you to work with me. Paris, I need you to work with me. Please. Please, I need to catch this real fast with. I just missed a shot at point blank range. Let it be known, everybody, I just missed a shot at point blank range. Literal point blank range. You say this by being an FPS game? That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Doesn't see me. Doesn't see me. Where's that Alpha Barboach? It's right there. I see it. It's turning around. Turning around. Turning around. Got it. What? Also, you learned a new move, Cheese. What move did you learn? Double Edge. Oh, wow. Okay. Not exactly the move I was expecting, honestly. That is a wish cache. Is there any, like, actual, like, pretty fun, like, comedic FPSs besides Time Splitters? Also, is Time Splitters 2 the game, or, like, is that the entire game that's in Homefront, right? I believe there's, like, an Easter egg where, like, you can literally play the entire game of Time Splitters in a different game. I want to say it was Homefront, right? Also, if anyone's very confused by why I'm playing a game like this, I'm just stretching. I don't want to, like, put my controller down while I'm stretching. Hi, Tangela. Hello, other Tangela. Let me stretch in peace, damn it. Hello. Is that the last Tangelo that I need? Yep. Golbats? No. Not the entire game, yes. No. I thought it was very, very recently that they actually did find a way to get all of the levels from Time Splitters. I thought, like, very, very recently they just found out all the codes. Think fans made it available? No, I swear there's, like, an Odd Header video where they actively talk about, like, that somebody found the code. Like, they didn't patch them back in or anything. Like, they actually found every single code that you need to use. But for the longest time, it was the first 2 levels. Because, like, those were the only codes that people could find. And then they found the rest of them. I don't know. I'm big. I love Easter eggs in games. I love finding them. Except any ones that have to deal with water. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but I personally really, really dislike any Easter egg that has to do with water. And I'm not saying because I, like, dislike water or anything. It's the fact that, like, most of the time it's like, oh, you need to just go down really, really deep. And you'll find this Easter egg in the deep recesses. And for some reason, that just seems so terrifying. Like, anytime there's a video I'm watching that's like, here's footage of us diving deep down to find this Easter egg, I'm like, I'm about to get jump scared. I'm about to get jump scared by this game. Because nothing good's that deep underwater. Can you control that? It makes me nervous to get under control. Yo, you know what else I should talk about? Apparently, I think this has been huge on Twitter today. I noticed, but I didn't, like, really think it was necessary to talk about. And then I was like, oh, okay, might actually be sick. Apparently, have you heard of the fleshy controller? I have not. Apparently, being added to the Switch relatively soon is a Game Boy emulator. So they might be adding Game Boy games similar to how they're doing, like, you know, they did the N64 games and they did the N64 games. They've done Sega Genesis. Like, they're doing a lot of games, like, using their using the Switch as, like, a big emulator for it. Apparently, it's been found that there is a Game Boy emulator that is being released. No, I think it's supposed to be all of them, like Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. It's supposed to encompass all of them. To which some people were joking that there's going to be so many like lesser known titles that are going to be released on it. But one person, I don't remember who, but somebody posted that like they realized that if it works, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, as well as Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventure, could potentially be played in a good fashion on the Switch if it's like fully confirmed. It was actually double funny, like right when I got off, or right before I was gonna stream, I saw a tweet that somebody was saying that is like, oh, this seems to be a great day for Nintendo. And I'm like, I hope Nintendo doesn't just can the project because it's been leaked. Like, everyone wants they want a DS emulator on the, I would say they want a DS emulator, and they would want a Game Boy emulator. Streamers especially, because a lot of streamers would really want to play DS games on stream. And you can't do that anymore because there's no more DS or 3DS capture cards in existence unless you try to homebrew it or emulate it yourself. And that doesn't work well for a lot of people. Be warned, it looks weird as fuck. Oh, that looks cool. I like it. Looks like it's super plastic. That's the wrong Tangela, dude. Oh, you're not the Tangela that knows ancient power. You are. I heard it can give blisters. Well, that's like any controller. Any controller can actually give you blisters. Where's the new hat? I didn't decide to wear it because it's still not broken in. What up, Katsu? How's it going? Where is... There's a Barboach over here. There you are. Can I throw this? You don't see anything. Nope, you don't see anything. Mother fucker. Got it. That should not have seen me. Please tell me that just worked. Let's go. Caught 20 without being spotted. Now I need to go murder a bunch of dragonflies. Just woke up from a nap. Naps sound nice. I still feel hella sleepy today, I'm not gonna lie. Like super sleepy. Ow, you know gust. That hurts. Well, hold on. If it's rock type moves that need to kill this. Well, hold on a second. Tangrowth. Barboach. Oh shit, I need to feed Barboaches a few more times. Petalil's done. Roserade. I need to stun, but also defeat. Roselia, I need to catch 2 Budews. I think I'm gonna go do that right now. What, nap? Nah, I just feel sleepy just because I guess I just always feel sleepy. I haven't really felt like doing much lately. I guess that's why I didn't stream earlier today. It's just because, like, I just haven't felt like doing anything today. Still need to trade with people, that's for sure. Alright, where's my friendship boxes? You. Time to be friends with this buddy. AKA throw this buddy at everything. Time to level up a Badoo with friendship. I don't know why, but the freaking maniacal love song from Phineas and Ferb just popped into my head while I'm throwing this Badoo everywhere to raise its friendship. It's the age-old story how an evil boy meets an evil girl. They got a love strong enough to rule the whole wide world. They will maniacally laugh at all the same stuff. You can't foil our plans that built upon an evil love. Love, love, love. With the robot armies march to the beating of our hearts. I'm as happy as can be. It's the age-old story. An evil boy, it's an evil girl. They got a love strong enough to rule the whole wide world. They both maniacally laugh at all the same stuff. It's a good song. There's a lot of good songs out there. Don't you dare. Ow. Everything hurts. What other songs were I listening to earlier today? I was listening to a lot of The Voice. If one day. Oh my gosh, Carnivine, get out of my way. He's like, I'm trying to make this Badoo love me. Question for you before I head on out? Not really. You have a great rest of your night, Jigsaw. Take it easy. Have a wonderful night. See you later. I just kind of want to sing songs right now. Not gonna lie. The songs are great. I don't think the docket's properly set up because this stream was put out on a whim. I really was not expecting to stream because I was sleepy. And today's just been a long day. Well, you're getting close. What songs were I listening to? In this burning house, things are feeling dead now. This burning house, I don't know the words to this song. It's burning. Yeah, no, it's definitely not set up because I wasn't expecting to stream. So that's why that's like that. The farmer sheeple's up. Don't worry about farmer sheeple. Farmer sheeple does what farmer sheeple does. God, I can't even think of any of the songs I was listening to. I can't think of any of the songs I'm listening to. Like, I was on a roll with songs earlier today. I had a playlist on and everything. I was like singing them word for word. It's just like my brain's like, nah, bruh. You're trying to remember songs? You're trying to remember singing? Crazy. Why what? Why did I do a surprise stream today, or? If the question of why I've been like singing a lot of songs today, it's because I've been kind of wanting to I don't know, I've been feeling a lot better about my voice lately when it comes to singing. It's by no means as good as like a lot of other people's, but I don't know, I've been feeling more and more confident with it. And then when it comes to if you're asking why the surprise stream, I mean, I still want to stream every single day. Like, that is my goal, is to stream every single day for at least 2 hours minimum. That is like my new goal, which I hope I said during the update video, but the update video was created quite a bit of time ago. But yeah, when it comes to the surprise stream, I want to do a thing now where it's at least 2 hours minimum per stream every single day. I don't want to keep taking like days off to like sleep. I don't want to take time off. I was supposed to. The day today was supposed to go so much more differently. It's the best way to put it. For reference's sake, chat, for what was supposed to happen regarding stream today. So we were supposed to stream at noon today, my time. We're supposed to stream at noon, and it was going to go from noon to about 4 or 5 o'clock. We were going to do thumbnails and then Genshin. Then, after that, I was going to end off the stream at that point and grab some food. Because food would be, you know, food's kind of important, right? To which, weirdly enough, the thing that was consistent today was me getting food at 4 o'clock. That was weirdly consistent. Don't know why. But yeah, I ended up, you know, getting food, and then the other part was from, what was it gonna be? From 6 o'clock all the way to 6 o'clock to like 2 in the morning was the idea. From 6 to 2 in the morning, we were going to play Xenoblade Chronicles. And with Xenoblade Chronicles, we're gonna just focus on the side stories, the side quests, the heart-to-hearts, like all those sort of things. The last things I have to show in the game. That was the plan. And then the plan ended up switching a lot today, just to kind of go for it, right? So then, what ends up happening is Doge. I messaged Doge. I'm like, hey, you know, spur of the moment thing. Do you want to play Lego Star Wars today? And he's like, hell yeah, let's play some Lego Star Wars. Awesome. Okay, so let me change the idea. So instead of, why do you keep doing uptime, Catsy? There's no reason to do uptime that many times. Why are you doing uptime that many times? Sorry, I'm just very confused right now. Like, that was 3 times in the span of 4 minutes. Anyway, sorry, just confusion aside. So I messaged Doge today. I was like, hey, Lego Star Wars, are you down? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so then what I'm gonna do is, since I woke up late, instead of streaming at, you know, earlier that day, I'm going to stream at 4 o'clock, or I'm going to stream at 4:30, and then at 4:30, we'll stream Lego Star Wars, I'll have my food, everything will be fine. And then after Lego Star Wars, I'll go and play Xenoblade Chronicles, because that would be perfect. Like I'll play Xenoblade Chronicles at that point, get through that, and like it's gonna be a little bit less Xenoblade Chronicles, but it'll be fine. Obviously, we didn't play Lego Star Wars today. I don't believe I can say why we didn't play Lego Star Wars. I'm just gonna say due to personal reasons in regards to Doge, we were not able to stream Lego Star Wars today. And it was complete, like I completely understood based on everything that was happening. I was like, yeah, you know what, completely understand. We'll schedule for a different day. That was around 6 o'clock. So at that point, right? So 6 o'clock rolls around. We still have not streamed. Or, sorry, I haven't still streamed. And it is 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm like, okay, well, most of the day is gone, but like that's fine. We can still stream Xenoblade at 6. And then at 6 o'clock, I think it was a little bit earlier than 6, but like we were already playing at that point. One of my friends was not having a great day. I can actually say who this is. So Sparks, who some of you know is one of my mods, and good friend, they were not having a good day at all today. Like, pretty bad day. So I was like, hey, you know, like at the time I was like, oh, we're waiting for Doge. Why don't we play some 100% orange juice? Let's get cheese and try to get soups, but soups is busy until later. But it was like, hey, let's get some people together to play some 100% orange juice. And we did, and we made their day better. So Sparks' day, really, really good. Because we're playing the 100% orange juice, I had to reteach Sparks, because I know Sparks kind of seen the game before, but didn't really get a chance to play it. So I was like, okay, I gotta teach Sparks how to play the game again. And then Cheese, like, knows how to play. Soups wasn't available, so we'll have an AI. And we started playing some rounds. And then it gets to Doge finally saying, hey, I'm not gonna be able to join for Lego Star Wars. And then it gets to Sparks, Cheese, and I just having a lot of fun playing 100% orange juice. I didn't stream it because I thought I was gonna be streaming Lego Star Wars. So once again, plans changing. Now it's 7 o'clock. Oops, Stretch. What up, Zero? How's it going? Stretch. Good stretch, and I'll get a hydrate. We're in a loose sweater today. Got my water for the hydrate. Still reusable. How are you doing, by the way, Zero? Cool, sorry. Fresh hydrate, having late brews on the day off. Did too much, but I cooked some good. It's good. At least you're having a good day. That's a good kid belly reveal. Listen, we all know I'm fat. Not a secret. Like, when I stretch, you guys get to see the fat. Like, that's just all there is to it. Anywho, so back to the day today. Because the day's not over. It's 7 o'clock. Cheese, Sparks, and I are all winding down playing orange juice. A lot of crazy stuff happens. And then Sam essentially just tells Cheese and I to get on DVD to join for some games. However, if you were at Sam's stream today, you would have noticed that I was there, but I may have said like 3 to 4 sentences total during the Dead by Daylight stream. That was mainly a me thing. That had nothing to do with Sam, Cheese, or Lemon, who we were playing with. Had nothing to do with any of the 3 of them. I was like, I was really wanting to stream at that point, but I wanted to join in for Dead by Daylight because they just needed some good games. But like at that point, I was starting to think, and if you have a thinking kit, it does not end well. We're not going to talk about pretty much that around that part. All you should know is that Dead by Daylight actually did go really well. After Cheese and I joined, we had some pretty good games. I was being a little shit because I tend to now on that game because, yeah. But playing Dead by Daylight was getting me thinking more and more. And I don't want to talk about really exactly what I was thinking while I was playing Dead by Daylight, but just know that it was like there was a lot of thinking going on while I was playing Dead by Daylight. Everyone then quietly got off. Sorry, I know I have to catch this bond slide real quick. Frickin' bond slide. Just gonna try to attack. Catch that bond slide. Sorry, now the focus is trying to get this bond slide. Got it. So yeah, now we're at like about 8 o'clock or... Is that a sleeping Sudowoodo? Do I need that? God, there's so much stuff happening. I'm sorry. No, but I do need to catch these guys without being spotted. Alright, I'll be on my way to catch this Sudowoodo that's asleep. Jesus, there's so much stuff going on. I apologize for getting off track. Overall, though, it gets to like about, I think it's about 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I can't really remember. But that's when I finally got off like Dead by Daylight and talking to like Cheese, Sam, and Lemon today. And I was like, my brain, not gonna lie, brain state was at a minimal. Was not functioning. I was actually surprised he even decided to do face cam for the stream. Gonna be real. Or even once again stream. But I wanted to stick to what I said in the... I wanted to stick to what I said in the, whatever it's called, in the update video. And with me sticking to what I said in the update video of streaming every single day and sticking to that, what is this? Okay, fine. I don't know what that guy is using, but we are gonna wait for that to end. Gosh. Freaking pros. Stop attacking me? Jesus. But yeah, that's been today. And then I was like, oh, am I gonna actually do the, am I actually gonna stream today? Am I not? Stuck with it, decided to stream, and here we are. And that is the day today. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's been a while. tomorrow should be a lot better. I'm going to be streaming both in the day and in the night. Because during the day, we're going to do thumbnails and VODs plus Genshin. And then at night, I'm going to try to stick to doing Rune Factory at night because I want to get better at that game. I've been having a ton of fun with it. And then hopefully we'll go. All right, what's up? Finally. And the rest of you are all. So. I need a shiny stone to evolve you, don't I? Fuck. I need a shiny stone to evolve. I think, wait, do I? Chat, who knows? Do I need a shiny stone to evolve? Well, I have 5 metal coats. Let me just evolve some other Pokemon. Let me see. Okay, Onyx 100%. So let's start. Let's evolve some of the Onyx. Because I don't need a Steelix, but at least can start clearing out some of these enemies. Hello, Steelix number 1. Steelix is such a cool Pokemon. Steelix, such a cool Pokemon. Is there something else I need to do? I don't remember. I mean, obviously there's a shiz ton of tasks that I need to do. Ridiculous amount of tasks, even. Ludicrous amount of tasks, but we'll get. Bada bing, bada boom. So much evolution, so much stuff to do. Excuse me. Still sleep. Also, don't I have pulled up here somewhere? Nope. 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 Here? Is it you? Are you the one that has what I need? No. Nope. Wait a second. Fish! That didn't play because the freaking thing. Hold on, I got you, Zero. I got you. Fish! There it is. For some reason. Oh, sorry. That actually wasn't even part of. Okay. I know what happened. So I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but I didn't really mention it after the fact. So today I accidentally, while we were playing Pokemon, no, as we're playing 100% Orange Juice, I accidentally unplugged like quite a lot of things. Didn't really work out too well. So, yeah. Oh, hello. Hello, Nazareth TV. I hope I'm saying that name right. Welcome, Raiders. How's it going? Error 8848, Nazareth, Immortal Duck 88. Thank you so much for the follows. Appreciate that, y'all. I did say it right. Cool. Hoping said that right. How's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. How's it going, Raiders? How's it going? Nazareth, what were you streaming? Hope you all are having a wonderful day, hope or night. Morning, afternoon, and or evening. All of the above. Where am I? Okay, so it's that. Breath of the Wild first playthrough? Nice. Never played Breath of the Wild. Play too many different other games. One day I'll get to it. But yeah. That's dope. Suppose I should explain who I am. Tell you that you get to play Pokemon Legends Arceus. Want to get it, but it's pricey. Yeah, it's pretty pricey game. I should probably explain who I am. Hello, everybody. My name is Katathi, variety streamer here on Twitch. Play a bunch of different games, ranging from Nintendo games to non-Nintendo games. Lately, we've been playing Rune Factory, Pokemon Legends Arceus, the post-game of Xenoblade Chronicles, Dead by Daylight, Genshin Impact. I play a lot of different stuff. So, usually, if you have a game that you might enjoy, usually we're playing a whole variety of games. So, yeah. By the way, Zero recommended. It's always Zero. It's like I hear Zero, I see Zero's name. I'm like, oh, look, it's Zero. How's it going, Zero? Good time. And then all of a sudden, Zero's like, hey, something's about to happen. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then a raid happens, and it's every time. Starting to get into the point where I just like when Zero comes in the chat, I'm getting suspicious of something going on. It's like, oh god, things are happening. What is happening? I need to release all these Pokemon. Excuse me 1 second. Don't worry about all the Pokemon that I have. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing to see about all those Pokemon. Let them, they're wild Pokemon. Just don't worry about it, okay? I'll distract you. Hold on. Distractions. I heard this is a good distraction. Hold on. The distraction. There, that's the distraction. Usually tune out, I'm like, love this guy. I'm like, I appreciated Zero. Sometimes, really, every time I stream, you're streaming. But like, god dang, I appreciate it, Zero. And once again, thank you, Nazareth, for the raid. I appreciate that. Sorry, I have to. This was a good distraction. Yes, I have a lot of shinies. Don't worry about the Shellos. The Shellos is important for something later. But he's just hanging around in this shiny box for right now. Meet you? Likewise. Also, in case you're wondering why I have this many shinies, because Legends Arceus is a ridiculous game, and it's really, really easy to get shinies in this game. Like a lot of shinies. So in other words, if you guys want a shiny Staraptor or like a Golem, I got quite a lot. Also, you're so close to 1K followers. Am I planning anything? Not really. Like, I don't know. I'm really bad at celebrating milestones. For some context for me, I originally was a YouTube streamer who I streamed until I got to 1.5K subs on YouTube about 2 years ago now. A year ago. And then YouTube branded me as this is going to sound insane, but YouTube decided to brand me as a family-friendly Nintendo content creator. Which I thought was insane. Yes, I'm playing a Nintendo game right now, but I'm not family-friendly. I curse a lot. Secondly, at the time, I was playing more Dead by Daylight than like Splatoon. Like, I did play Splatoon quite a bit way back when. I used to play a lot of Splatoon 2 with a lot of Splatoobers back then. But I just, I just wanted to take my time and just play whatever games I felt like. And I was like, you know what? I'm feeling playing Dead by Daylight now. So I was playing Dead by Daylight. I'm cursing. I'm making innuendos and such. And YouTube's like, yeah, no, this guy is definitely family-friendly YouTube. Doesn't YouTube let you categorize your stuff? Back then, yes. Or sorry, back then, no. Currently, yes. And yeah, Chrono Cross just got re-released. A remaster of Chrono Cross just got released. That's correct. Chrono Trigger, though, I've heard is a really, really good. I'm starting to follow what's going on in chat. Sorry. But yeah, so context-wise, I used to stream a lot in the past on YouTube. It was a good time. Yeah, Chrono Trigger I've heard is really good. I've not played it myself, but I have a lot of people say that it is a great. Yeah, so YouTube categorized me, even though, yeah, I categorized myself as non-family friendly and played a bunch of different games. So once I got to like 1.5k follower or subs over on YouTube, I essentially was like, I'm gonna try Twitch, because Twitch seems to be a lot better when it comes to variety content compared to YouTube, and it's actually very true. But when I was on YouTube, every milestone stream usually was a cosplay stream or like rhythm games, because I am a huge rhythm game fan, and I know on Twitch that can get you in a lot of trouble, but I tend to skirt that line of trouble a lot. Because I played Rock Band on stream, I've done Just Dance as Waluigi, so maybe I'll do some of that for 1k. Maybe just do another Just Dance stream or something. Who knows? Yeah, no, same here. And YouTube does a terrible job at promoting YouTube streams. Like, it's really bad on trying to promote YouTube streams. Also, if anyone gets the reference of my golem, Billy Bevel, kudos, because no one does. How much wood would woodchuck wood? I believe the answer to that question is 1 or 0. I don't remember. I think it's 1. I think there was an actual answer. But truthfully, like, another reason why like Twitch streams are so much better than YouTube, and I'll stand by this, like, people give Twitch a lot of shit for being like, oh, streamers, like, you have to be amazingly good. Oh, Denome, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to Kid Party. Enjoy your follow remotes. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Excuse me. And have a wonderful night. Take it easy. Take it easy. A lot of Twitch streamers will give Twitch shit for not being, like, small streamer friendly, right? Because it's like, oh, you have to network really well, and you have to, you know, talk to a whole bunch of streamers and try to get in with other streamers, like, circles in order to, like, grow your channel. And I'm terrible at networking. As much as I talk to chat a ton and make friends, I'm really, really bad at networking and talking to people off of stream. Like, I'm pretty sure Zero and I are planning some sort of collab stream in the future, and I think I've messaged about once, and then my brain's like, should I message again? Should I not? Should I message? Should I not? Should I message? And it goes back and that was my same issue on YouTube. But like, Twitch is not as bad as YouTube. Real talk, Twitch is not as bad as YouTube when it comes to like algorithm and such. Because the YouTube algorithm, if you try to stream on YouTube, you're not getting seen by anybody. You can type in the name of the game that you are streaming and go to the kind of the slightly defunct YouTube gaming what is it, website or like YouTube page, and nothing. Like, it won't show you any live streams. It will not show you who's playing the game currently. Fun fact, on, I think it was like last week or something, I literally went on stream and I showed off while I was like making thumbnails and uploading VODs onto YouTube. I went on to stream on my main account, because I have my main account, and I also have my my VOD account that I upload everything to. And I was like, okay, I'm still subscribed to all my YouTube, or all my friends from the Splatoon days. Like, I'm still subscribed to them. I sometimes watch, even though like I don't play too much Splatoon 2 anymore. I'm still waiting for Splatoon 3. I'm super excited for Splatoon 3, but like, I don't play it that much anymore. If you typed in Splatoon 2 into YouTube just to look for a live stream, you would not find it. You would not, like, I think during that day, 3 or 4 of them were streaming on YouTube. You typed in Splatoon 2, none of them showed up. And when I typed in Dead by Daylight, a Korean one, I think, showed up. unless you specifically know the settings on where to find where it says for live streams, you're not gonna find anybody. And I think that's the dumbest thing, because most like adults will probably like look and filter for live streams, but kids or like teens, they're not gonna do that. And it's not because kids and teens are dumb, it's because kids and teens cannot be bothered. Like straight up, they can't be bothered to do any of it, right? And it's just like I don't understand YouTube, like why. So, and then that's why I switched to Twitch. I'll play whatever games. If people find me, cool. If they don't, cool. But yeah, I lurk way too much, never reply to people. Nazareth, I am with you. I understand that completely. But I think I also have some slight PTSD from YouTube when it comes to networking. But some of my community know the story. Where when I was on, I'm gonna kind of stop playing so I can explain the story. And also take off my hat because my head is starting to kill me with this headphones and such. I would watch more streams on YouTube, but so as finding them, yeah. Have just a horizontal bar of results when you search a variety of live things related to it. True, but it doesn't work like that on YouTube. But yeah, when it comes to networking, the thing that happened on YouTube with me, and another reason I moved to Twitch, is I used to have quite a lot of friends on YouTube for like Splatoon, Nintendo, Dead by Daylights, like all that sort of stuff. And what happened is I would like collabing and networking and all that sort of stuff back then, but there were some people that when you raided, there's not a raid button on YouTube. There might be now, but back then there wasn't. So you'd have to manually raid. And the thing is, when you manually raided over to somebody on YouTube, majority of the time, the content creator would do everything possible to make sure the people who raided stay. And some of my friends like were good, and we all like shared like different parts of our different communities. And of course, some viewers gravitated towards watching myself, them, so on and so forth. But there was a handful that only wanted to use us for numbers and only wanted to use us to grow. Didn't really care about like the connection or friendship or anything of that sort. So back then, there was one person in particular, but there's a few, where I called out one person. And you know that it's not a good idea to call out somebody publicly, especially when you're trying to handle something behind closed doors. But I got so frustrated with them, I called them out in a video. Probably still on my channel. It might be privated, I don't remember. But I called them out and said, listen, one, you gotta, like when you're collabing with people, you gotta state, whether it's in chat, from your bot, or in a description, or in the title somewhere, you have to say who you're collabing with. And you can't just like shut them down, right? Like if I'm collabing with Zero, I'm going to be like making sure my bot's saying, hey, go to Zero stream so you can go support Zero. Just a reminder, this is a collab stream. Zero and I are streaming, like, you know, check us both out. That sort of stuff, right? This person back then didn't do that. And actually just never treated us like we were just there. Even though we all had our own channels. Most of us were actually smaller than them. And they just never really alluded to us. And when we tried to be like, you know, close off the stream saying like who we are and such, we just kind of get brushed to the side. And I tried to message them about it. They ignored me. I made it public. Everyone chastised the fuck out of me. It's like, why'd you bring that out in the open? It could be handled so much better. All this whole shit. And I'm like, I tried to. Nothing happened. I asked other people. Nothing happened. So I made it public. And then, you know, things went downhill. I need cheesy. So ever since then, like at that point I switched over to Twitch, and I'm just like, I came in my little ball. Like I'm still really bad now at talking to people and like making connections with other streamers. Just cause like, you know, I think if you're streaming with other people, regardless if they're a streamer or not, you gotta give them credit, right? Like I stream a lot with my friends Doge Cuban slime, all like longtime friends of mine. And Doge, out of all of us, Doge and I are the only two that stream. But I still say, hey, you know, Cube's here, Slime's here, you know, just so that way everyone knows who we are. But it's just like, I don't know, I'm so paranoid of like either somebody trying to use me for content or, you know, trying to be a fake friend. And that paranoia from YouTube, I think, has now gone over to Twitch, which is why I'm so bad at networking over here now. Because I'm just so afraid. I'm like, I want to make legitimate friends. Like, I legitimately want to make, like, legitimate friends, but there are some times where you just, it doesn't go to. I'm sorry for, like, the side rant. I go on these rants a lot. I really do. I try not to. I like talking about stories and stuff in the past. That's why I'm called Grandpa Kit. But there's some times where I have to talk about it and be like, listen, this is some shit that's happened. Please learn from other people's mistakes. You know? Also, I gotta do this before I forget. Because I am really bad at this too. One, I'm really bad at rating. In general. I like really bad. But Nazareth, I should also follow you back. Because not only are you listening to, you listen to Zero and he recommended rating me, but also, you know, seems super cool, super chill. I like to, you know, vibe with people like that, you know? What? Where did this bar bunch come from? Jesus. So. Just stream friends? Well, I mean, friends in general are good. Like, don't take it out of context or anything. Like, having a lot of friends would be definitely very nice. As somebody who is definitely a loner, and I'm not even shy about it, right? I'm not shy about that at all. I am somebody who is like, listen, if I can stay locked up in this room for like 2 weeks, I'm really bad at like the popular content creators' names. Mr. Beast. Is that, I think that's the guy, that's the really rich dude who like, it's pretty much a big man child. Is that a way to put it? He's like a big man child with a bunch of money. He did something recently that I know some of my friends really wanted to do, which I didn't care for, but even I was like, I could probably do this. It was, how long for every day you stay in this like house or something, you get $10,000. And then every day that passes, not only do you get $10,000, but one of the amenities inside of the house gets removed. And the only reason I know about this more so is because I was watching Philip DeFranco earlier today, and there was like some controversy about the guy who did it, and like his mental state on it, which like he was fine or something like that. But I think he said like at the end of it he got $340,000, so he was in that room for 34 days. Which, you know, solitary confinement, but you still had stuff to do, and he was being checked by doctors and everything, so it's like, okay, that's cool. My brain was like, dude, if I was in that room, there could be nothing in there, and like, as long as you give me food and like a way to clean myself, like I'll live there for like up to $1 million. What? That would be 3 months in just a room, nothing in it. Seems easy. Like, I already did that for most of my life, so this should be a piece of cake. And some people were like, no, that's gotta be super taxing. I couldn't do it for a week. And I'm like, listen, I'm a loner to the highest degree. Like, I don't think it's gonna be that difficult. But I can understand why some people thought it was super, super difficult. It's amusing. Very defensive, but I love to share. I get hurt when I lose friends thinking about it for weeks, but do what I have to do and need space. Yo, I'm the same way, Zero. Let me tell you. Like, I'd love to have more friends, right? But I'm that awkward guy who, you know, is super open and honest about things. But the thing is, I used to advertise this in the past as one of my rules, just to get to know me, is that I'm incredibly blunt. Kind of to a fault. I will tell you how it is every time. I don't take shit from nobody. And if I am annoyed, I will let it be known. Like, I don't sugarcoat anything. And I've had some viewers actually come in, like, they'd be new to the stream and be like, damn, you're blunt. And I was like, yeah, I used to advertise in the past. But then somebody was like, oh, you're not that blunt, you're just mean. And I was like, no, not mean. Like, I like to be as nice as I can, but if I'm going to be truthful, like, I'm going to be truthful, you know. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I am spacing out. What am I supposed to do right now? I don't even know. Well, hold on. You all can move here. Food hygiene is all I ask from my roommates. Past rent. Somehow that's a lot. They think it's me and that's taking it personally. Yeah, exactly. But truthfully, like, having more friends would be very, very nice. And I'm trying my best to connect to people, but I'm still really bad at raiding people, especially when it's super late at night where I raid. If I do remember to raid, I'll end up just falling asleep right after. So, like, not my greatest. And then there's also just being tired all the time and try to stop by people's streams, and sometimes I just don't. Like, I guess a good example would actually be Zero's, because I try to stop by Zero stream quite a bit, but it's every single time it's like, oh, we're streaming at the same times. I'm like, well, that didn't work out well, no, did it? Hardest part of ratings, all my friends are always off by the time I end. See, and that's the weird thing for me is I'm usually always streaming like insane hours, and everyone's like, what are you doing streaming for this long? I was like, well, I got nothing else better to do. Then everybody is just got a lot to do. So many Pokemon to level up. So little. Hardest part of rating is all my friends always up. Yeah, exactly. Or the people who are on this late are like the really big streamers for some reason who stream this late. So I get it. So what do I... Okay. Back to the game real quick. What I should do actually. 47. Made some new observations. Oh yeah, Pachirisu. I was like, why is there a shiny Pachirisu? Oh yeah, now I remember. I'm so close to 10 stars, and I've not even left the second area. I haven't gotten any Pokemon from the other areas except for Apom, if you really want to consider Apom. This is a little bit insane. Not gonna lie. What you got for me, buddy? Interesting. Why? I'm guessing Rotom is somewhere in this game. I just don't know where Rotom is. Someone you owe is so you can get along with enough to share free time with. True. Very, very true. I'm just somebody who always sets expectations for myself, where I'm just like, I gotta know. So I have two options right now. Either I can go to the experience grinding place that I know of, or I don't. Guess we're gonna go to my experience grind. Okay, is it Thickums? By the way, I may have the greatest names for some of my Pokemon, like Thickums the Lopunny. If you don't find that funny, I understand why. Shoot. I forgot friendship levels. Have to clap some Pokecheeks in combat? Exactly. However, I also need to level up some Pokemon with friendship. I need to level up Pokemon with friendship who don't need an item to evolve. Had me at the first half. Why didn't you shout at the streamer? Because I usually Cheese is here. Sorry, that is totally right. I completely forgot. Let me do that. Got it. Thank you, Catsy. I totally, like, because Cheese is usually here. Even in the dead of night streams, Cheese is somehow usually here. For those who are new for the raid, Cheese is one of my mods, a really good friend. And he's usually always on top of things. And I'm not, because I focus more on playing the video game, and Cheese is like, I got everything else. What do I need? Okay. So, out of all of these Pokemon, Baneri, Munchlax, and Golbat will not need an item to evolve after they level. Oh, I guess Chansey, too. But Chansey is annoying. God, Chansey's an annoying Pokemon sometimes. Never, we're taking a Baneri. This Tangela can just exist, I guess. Alright. About to say during the raid was even on check ball. You're good. Alright, so how many shinies do we think we're gonna randomly stumble across? Because last time I was in this area, there were 3 in a row. And I'm not kidding, I wish I was streaming it. There were 3 in a row. With a reminder viewer. I appreciate it. Hello, random Eevee. Ponytas. Yeah, kind of a meme around here too. For those who are joining us from the raid, I am known to be insanely lucky. And it's not even like, oh, there's kind of some luck. There's been a stream of this game that I've done where we found 4 shinies within about 20 minutes of each other. It was insane. Some people got upset because they've been playing this game for at least 50 hours and have only found the 1 shiny that the game gives you. I found 4 in a row. So, some people, not the happiest. Watch gameplay, just the audio and chat. Yeah. Well, sometimes there's some mods out there who just, they don't care about, like, the game that you're playing, but they're there for you. And those are the really good mods. Like, they're the ones that, they're there specifically because you are the one streaming. And you're, like, that could be said for viewers too. There's some viewers out there who, you know, you specifically make their day, and you're the reason they like going to Twitch. And sometimes it's the mods, you know, who will show up. Now I do have quite a lot of Snorlaxes. I just got rid of a lot of them, to be fair. So. Like, I know Cheese doesn't enjoy watching when I get really salty during Dead by Daylight, but he'll still watch chat just to be sure. Or sometimes he'll be like, Kit, I need to join in. And it's not even because Cheese wants to join in, it's the fact that Cheese is like, you are going to murder somebody on stream if you don't get caught. Because that's Dead by Daylight for you. Dead by Daylight is a very aggravating game. Decent streams without my gameplay look like smeared doo-doo. I even brought that up because I did, because with the survey I did recently, right? I made a survey for my community just to kind of like get an idea of what everyone thought of everything. And I keep pointing out the fact that, you know, I feel like my streams could look a lot better. And, you know I need to get emotes, but my artist is now MIA. Fun fact, update on that. My artist is now MIA, so kudos. But we, you know, I'm trying to do whatever I can to at least make the streams more enjoyable for people. And one person's like, you know, I would enjoy more if you just don't really mind what your streams look like. I'm like, yeah, but also, like, sometimes you want to see something aesthetically pleasing. And I am a fat guy with red, orange, purple hair, the purple you can't really see on stream, I've learned the hard way, with a beard who, like, drinks soda every single stream. Like, I'm surprised that people are just, like, not looking at just the screen here. And being like, okay, can you get rid of the face cam? Like, the face cam's taken away from it. But then everyone's like, we all want the face cam. And I'm like, thank you, you guys, I understand, but why? Missing in action. And don't try, let them pick what they like. I mean, true. I'm just like, I just want to do better, you know? I want to do better. Like, that's the big thing, is I always want to strive to do better than what I've done previously, right? I also am really confused because I feel like every time I throw one of these, it looks like the stream stops for like half a second. Either that or it's my own brain trying to catch up. And it could be that my brain is trying to catch up. Yeah, just also casual reminder, we've had emote slots, like a bunch of emote slots, for about a year now. And, we've just filled half of them? No, still less than half. We still don't even have badges. We're on artist number 6. So... we are our biggest critics. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the fucking truth? As somebody who loves to write, I always criticize my own writing, like, all the time. And Zero probably knows this from Vel, another streamer, and just a lovely person all around. Super chill, super nice. Like, awesome streamer. Her and a few other people read some, like, ideas for light novels that I want to write, and I looked through all my own, and before I sent them out, I'm like, man, these are all pretty bad. And every single person's like, all of these are really good. Like, please write them. I'm like, what? Only time the webcam is annoying is it blocks some parts of the game. Yeah, but there's not really too much I can do about that unless I really shrink the webcam, which, I mean, I could. I mean, theoretically, right? Especially because there's this side, but because I could just do something like that, and then something like this, and then do the whole overlay. Look to the side a little bit. Oops. Like, this might be a little bit better. I mean, that could look a lot better, admittedly. Depends on the game, really. True. But hey, now you guys don't see like random like opening in the curtain. And now it's like at least smaller and looks better. Maybe we'll just we'll vibe with this for a little. I know nothing, simple brain. It's all good. Yeah, no, I want to write light novels in the future. And having the time between streaming and content creation really makes it a little bit difficult, not gonna lie. Especially because now I'm like trying to also upload some clips and such to TikTok and everything, and I don't understand anything about TikTok. I am literally the old man who does not understand social media. She's tried explaining to me how TikTok works and how people make TikTok videos, and all I know is just to press buttons. It's very depressing, not gonna lie. When you hit that stage in your life where you have become the grandparent. Some make him stretch. Okay, I'm a zoomer, I don't know shit. We could all be zoomers together. We could all be zoomers together. It's just, I get on social media and I'm like, but... See, like, Twitter makes sense to me. But everything else doesn't. That's the thing is, like, I've had some great freaking ideas for like content, but I'm also a shit editor and I don't understand any editing software except for like what it basically does. And then Cheese is like trying to tell me how TikTok works and how people make the TikTok videos most of the time, and I'm just sitting here like, how are people that good with technology where they can edit clips together to make it look good? Like, how? Not gonna lie, I almost was like, I'm about to take the most expensive like course to learn how to edit ever and just go back to college just to learn one part of how to edit. So that way I might be able to understand and fit in. And be like, I'm not a zoomer, I swear. Also, side note, funny thing, okay, I should probably preface this that it seems amusing to me, but like I don't get it, so starting a new job, right? I'm starting as a barback. I get to do some shadow shifts starting tomorrow, and it's gonna be good. Like I said, still new job jitters, right? And they have us do like these online tests and such to like let you know, hey, this is like stuff like that you can see, you might see in the workplace, what to do in certain situations, like if there's danger, or if you probably know best, right? There's danger, if like somebody's being inappropriate, all that sort of stuff. But one of the things that they put in the inappropriate section, I gotta know what people think about this, because like my group thought it was so weird that this was like considered taboo to talk about, and my brain's like, I feel like this is a joke that's just taken very, very poorly. And it's this whole thing where like these people are just talking around, and there's this older lady who's trying to learn how to fit in with the young crowd, and you know, just feeling a little bit lost. And like this guy's trying to help her. Oh fuck. Oops. If this Baneri dies, this is about to be a very sad time. Nope, okay, cool. And like this young guy is trying to help out the older lady And at one point she just kind of goes off and he tries to joke saying, "Okay, boomer." And just says that. And it's like, how is this a form of harassment? Please explain. And what the punishment should be. And I'm sitting here like, I legitimately think that the guy was just trying to do just a casual joke. Like, according to this thing, it's just an okay boomer joke. Wasn't intended to be like, not trying to be like an asshole. What? And all of us cumulatively at this job was like, huh? Like, this is supposed to be like full-blown punishment for saying that? Apparently it is, by the way. If you get a job here in the States and you tell somebody who's old, who is of the baby boomer age, okay boomer, even as a joke, you can get fired on the spot. Today I learned. That was according to my job. So luckily, there's not too many people who are older. I'm never going to say okay boomer to begin with, but I just found it so weird that was a thing you can get fired for. I was like, something tells me. Sometimes you can offend people by breathing or sleeping with them. Oh yeah, like so the purple part of my hair is very apparent at my job, like when I'm out in the sun. And there's already been some people being like, okay, where are you going to work? And giving me like attitude about it. It's like, okay, it's just colored hair. It's not that big of a deal. But I still don't understand why people hate colored hair. Like, it baffles me. I was having a talk with one of the guys who I'm about to work with, who, dude has just straight neon green hair. And him and I are gonna have a competition at some point to see who can outdo each other with neon highlights. And I was just blown away by the fact that even he, like, his hair is rocking it, has been getting some stuff. Yo, you paint your nails? What color? Hold up. Sorry. I can never paint my own nails, not gonna lie. Admittedly, I've been a nail biter since I was really young. I've just never good black. Yo, that's what's up. But like I've had some friends of mine, like they would be like, hey, I want to see what colors look good, and your skin complexion's like as good as mine. So like, can you like, oh, can I paint your nails? And I'll be like, oh yeah, hell yeah. They'll be like, and they'd be like, oh, you got your nails? I'm like, yeah, sorry, like, just a habit. I've never been able to stop. Go. At least it all goes in the garbage. Besides the point, like, every time my nails get painted, I feel so good. Like, oh man, it looks so nice. That's what's up. Once again, I just don't get why people are super judgy. Because I don't wash my car, I think. The drug dealer was like, "See, good to see." Dude, people are freaking crazy. People are crazy. Always goes to a salon to get your nails done. That's fair. Dude, I'm surprised that this Baneri has not. I'm actually surprised this Baneri has not wanted to evolve yet. Kind of insane. Like, people get offended for like the stupidest stuff. And like, I'll never understand why some people get offended by just really, really random things. But there are times where I do legitimately don't understand, and I do have to ask my community about stuff, which is why like gonna kind of tie it all together here. That's why I honestly personally really love like how open my community is to talk about things. Case in point, just to shout out Catsy actually in chat here. So there is another streamer that like I know of through one of my friends. They definitely don't know me from what I understand, but like I've heard them talk to a lot from my friend, and some of their like Twitter posts were like seemed contradictory towards me, and I was like, I don't understand like how this is okay, but then this crosses the line. I should say this is a female streamer, and I'm very clearly not female, so obviously I can't have like the same sort, like I can't understand the direct comparisons between things, right? So I was like not understanding like, hey, why is this okay, but why is this not? It's like this both seems fine to me. So I didn't want to talk about it like super like verbally on stream, but I did want to like get an idea from somebody of like why this could be bad. So Catsy actually offered to explain it to me and just kind of like say, oh, this is why this is like considered okay, but why this is considered like you shouldn't say it. And now I know for the future. And I appreciate that the fact that my community will at least tell me is like, hey, this is something you can say, this is something you can't. Over and I want to get my haircut and how it's on again. If I stop by police while walking, you live in the wrong area? Yeah, maybe. That sounds crazy. I'm super grateful that my community is like so down for like explaining stuff to me if I don't understand it. I remember when like I started getting a huge influx of transgender viewers during Animal Crossing, and I was really confused because like I don't remember what I said, but I said something that based on the word itself like didn't seem bad to me, especially somebody who went to college for a little bit for English and kind of like studied words and what makes up a word and so on and so forth. But like I didn't understand like that there was some bad like slang words that were essentially everyday words to me, but was like slang towards the transgender community. So it was nice during an Animal Crossing stream where we all had this conversation of like why things are the way that they are. And then we also incorporated, I think we talked about Splatoon 3 at the time, because with Splatoon 3, there was the whole thing that, oh, you can dress up like a male Inkling in female clothes and vice versa. So I remember that was a Cyberpunk conversation, because that conversation was more me being very irritated that like people were making videos that I knew that were only focusing on that and not any of the other things shown off, and I didn't understand why that was a big thing. But I get it now, right? It's like now I understand. But back then I was like, why is everyone like losing their shit because of this? And like I was like, I'm excited there's a bow and arrow in Splatoon 3. And everyone else is like, bow and arrow, we care about this. But, oh, that makes sense. Remind me if our play source like super delayed here. No, you're good. You're good. That's actually one thing though I'm super happy about when it comes to streaming in Zero and Nazareth. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, like if you guys feel the same way. I'd like to say that the word that I use is guys, by the way, which is a inclusive word, but I know people sometimes take it wrong, so I apologize. Words are hard. As somebody who studied them, words are hard. Besides that point, something I personally really love about streaming is the fact that your community tends to be filled with so many different types of people. And I think that's so cool. That do a lot because they're sisters. I gotcha. But I love the fact that as your community grows, right? I saw this a lot on YouTube when I went from, 0 to 1.5, and then now I'm at 900 something. I stopped paying attention to the number at this rate. Poor Baniri. Baniri had a chance in life and then died. Whoops. Sorry. Something I really like about streaming is the fact that you get so many, like as you're growing your community, you get so many different perspectives and so many different viewpoints in your community that as you're like growing as a streamer, your community is also growing and everyone's learning a little bit about each other, and becoming that inclusive community is so cool to me. Because real life me would not know half the shit that I know now if it wasn't for my community, right? That's why I'm like so excited to like grow the community and everything, because then like I'm excited to like kind of see to just to support inclusion, just making sure that everyone's, feels welcome, as communities should. And that is my TED. He talks all the time. He's gonna fight for the rights of others. Yo, Nazareth, this is why we get along so well. I've only known you for I think an hour, but like, I'll love talking to y'all. But yeah, I do the deep talks a ton, especially during these Pokemon streams. Because it's especially apparent during when I play Pokemon and Genshin, where I'll just do these deep talks. Because I feel like so many streamers are just super afraid to talk about things and like discuss like various topics. Obviously there's some taboo topics you shouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Had somebody the other day try to bring up that freaking Jesus singing on a plane sort of shtick that happened, and was like, what are your thoughts on it? And I'm like, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. You don't talk about religion in streams. You don't talk about politics. You don't talk about the people you sleep. Unless there's like a moral of a story afterwards. Then maybe? Regardless, like, in my opinion, there's gotta be more streamers out there who are just open to having these talks. Like, just deep talks, being transparent about stuff that they've gone through in their lives, so that way at least their community can learn from what has happened. I tell my community a ton of stuff that's happened throughout my life, because Jesus, my life has been an anime and or a soap opera, according to everybody. But hopefully like the information I tell people at least can help some. You are a good person. I was like, oh my gosh, please don't attack me. There is. Let's talk about politics too, but it's mainly us saying politics are dumb as fuck. Oh yeah, no, that's like a fine way to put it. But I'm saying like we don't talk about, oh my gosh, who's better, Donald Trump or Joe Biden? And I'm like, because I'm not getting into that conversation. I hear that conversation enough at my home, and I don't want to add fuel to a fire that's already burning. I think the closest I've come to accidentally insulting people and sparking up a conversation has actually been one of these Pokemon streams, because I forgot to introduce the Raiders to the most insane Pokemon shiny that has ever come to be. Even though I'm somebody who really just doesn't care too much about shinies unless I just happen across them. Like, I'm never gonna grind for a shiny. But there was one shiny that confused Sleepy Kit so much that it was insane. That with Get racing to the left. Yeah, some people like try to start stuff. It's so weird. Sorry, I could introduce y'all to, where is he? Heinz the Raichu, aka God. The reason is because it was 2 or 3 in the morning. One of those 2 times, I was super tired, sleepy, got a Pikachu, a shiny Pikachu, which I thought was God talking to me about how my sleep schedule sucks. Had a full-blown conversation with this. This happened off stream, unfortunately, but had a full-blown conversation with said Pikachu about my sleeping habits, caught him, and moved on with life. That's the closest that I've ever talked about God on stream, and it still pissed off at least one person. True story. Red shiny Duskull turns a red Dusclops and a shiny navy blue Dusknoir. Well, those are 2 different generations, right? Because I think like shiny Pokemon between generations like sometimes don't make sense. Because I think, yeah, Golbat goes to pink Crobat. Yeah. And those are between generations. But still, the dumbest shiny I still say to this day is Paris. Because it doesn't look any different. Alright, let's start getting these guys leveled up. That's a level 40 Tangela. You can evolve. I was like, wait a second. You have the move that you need. Can't unthink Raichu or Pikachu with. Sorry, we're gonna divert a little bit from serious topics to talking about something just completely different. And this is because this is how my brain works. Do any of you guys watch Family Guy? I'm new to like watching. I'm big more in South Park than Family Guy. I just recalled that I may have watched a 3-hour clip show of Family Guy the other night. And I'm like, damn, they crossed the line, and it makes me laugh. I don't know if anyone that likes Family Guy, but I just want to say, to those who like Family Guy, it's a good show. Seems pretty good. Oh, hello, Alpha Benini. That still hit me. I know, hella huge divert, but it's just, my mind does not work. My mind changes a lot. Wait a second. Oh, you are weak to fairy. I may have totally forgot that fighting is weak to fairy. Still waiting for South Park game to be cheap on the next sale. Yo, South Park games are so good. Just saying. Is there any Family Guy games now that I think about it? I don't know. I don't watch too much, they have so much for South Park games. Yeah, no, there's so much like funny shit in South Park games. I love it. I've always wanted to play one on stream, but I know that the one that I know the best, I don't think I can stream. Especially when we get to the Underpants elves, or Underpants gnomes. Just say. Yeah, the fractured battle. I still hate the fact that they have to like do that. It's funny, but it's also so dumb because people get offended. Stupid as shit. Arcade style shooter, 3D rooms and arts. That sounds interesting. Super interesting. Sorry, I know we just like kind of did a whole like 180 and went to just cartoons. I'm thinking about what I'm doing after stream today. Oh my gosh, it's almost 1 in the... Well, we streamed for 3 hours, actually. So that hits my 2-hour, like, minimum. So, what was supposed to be a stream day for 14 hours turned into 3. Awesome. I should have streamed 100% Orange Juice when Cheese, Sparks, and I were all playing it. You'll totally love Stick of Truth. Oh, Stick of Truth is so good. I love Stick of Truth. It's good. Sorry, brain's like everywhere right now. Not gonna lie. Due to the rain. What do you mean rain? Wait. Why didn't you use Grading Kiss? Yo. Oh, due to the... Yo, Zero. If you want to play Orange Juice, I will reteach you how to play Orange Juice. And then we shall play. Because I love 100% Orange Juice. It's such a good game. And it's so good. It's such a good game. And I love playing. I always keep playing as so many different characters in that game though. I've ended up playing with a lot of Kyosuke lately, but I'm starting to learn that apparently I'm amazing as the chicken. Which is really depressing that Chicken is one of my best characters. Like seriously, why is the Chicken one of my best characters? Please. Please stop hurting me. You do it? Okay, so now not only do we need to play Core Keeper, but we also now need to play Orange Juice. Good game? A really good game. Oh my god, the shits. I love, whenever I show 100% Orange Juice to people, I always have to play at least one game as Kyosuke. Because, like, you can't not show off Kyosuke in 100% Orange Juice to people. For those who don't know and don't understand what we're talking about, so 100% Orange Juice is a board game on PC. It's chaotic, it's insane, it's so much fun. There was over, I think now, like 80 characters or something. Like, there's a ridiculous amount of characters in the game. And, excuse me. So, in 100% Orange Juice, there's a character named Kyosuke. Has one of the best theme songs in the game. Super, like, fun character to play. But is, like, his ultimate ability is called Cast Off. Where all he does is take off his shirt. And he takes off his shirt in the game, too. Like, he literally just takes it off and starts fighting you with no shirt on. And if you have a costume on, when you take off his shirt, he changes into a different character, kind of. So like, if you take off his shirt while wearing the deep sea diving helmet, he turns into a mermaid. If you take off the biker helmet, he turns into a sexy, like, Mardi Gras butterfly. It's so crazy. And then you could also mod the game, so like, you could end up playing as Proton John, who is another streamer and one of my favorite content creators out there. You could play as Proton John as Kyosuke, and when he takes off his shirt, he becomes Rosa John. And it's so good to just play as Rosa John as in the game. Oh, it's so good. And people just always get very confused because they're just like, why did you go from biker to butterfly? I don't understand. And it's just great because everyone's so confused. I just laugh every time. It's like, oh yeah, check out these abs, butterfly. It's like, okay, don't fuck with the butterfly. I understand. Need the Arceus battle to battle flow, but with the companion Pokemon system, you can follow behind. Yeah, no, that's fair. I would love the Pokemon to follow from behind. No, when we were playing, when Cheese, Sparks, and I were playing today, I ended up playing a few rounds as Kyosuke, once as the chicken, which the chicken just slaughtered. Also, I think Cheese now has repressed memories of when I played as the chicken. Mainly because I owned Cheese both times as the chicken. You don't fuck with Rambo chicken. Like, chocolate Rambo chicken, you don't mess with chocolate Rambo chicken. Just let it be known. But then I did one game as Starbreaker, to which I forgot how difficult Starbreaker is in the game. Starbreaker, for those who don't know, is a girl who literally just throws invisible bombs everywhere to kill and wants just to have the world engulfed in flame. She is insane. But for some reason, everyone kept living and it was insane. Because it was like, God dang it. I just want to win. Well, we also played against Manny today for the first time, which Manny's music in the game is one of the best, or at least her raging mode. The raging mode is absolutely like one of the greatest themes in the game in my opinion, and I never got to play as her or play against her until today. First off, incredibly cute looking character. Secondly, the most insane character ever. Like, ooh. So her stats in the game, she's a 0 attack, 0 defense. This is for bonuses, right? 0 attack, 0 defense, 0 evade, 5 recover. But every time she takes damage, she gets a rage counter. And every time she heals damage, she gets a loses a rage counter. And if she uses her hyper card, for every rage counter she gets, and there's no limit to them either, she targets one person and it becomes her sole mission to kill that particular player. If she does, I think she takes, I don't know if it's all of their stars or half of them. But if she kills anyone else, she only gets 1 win and a quarter of their stars. But like when we were playing against her, she got like, I think she got 8 rage tokens. So she could have got +8, +8, +8 and just started attacking everyone but her target. Just murdering people left and right. And it doesn't end until her target's dead. And I'm like, she seems like so much fun to play as. Because what you have, like, if you have +5s and everything, you're winning almost every single fight. Legion Incarnate. Zach. Oh, it's so good. Like, I'm so and she's cute looking. Like, you can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. All right, you're probably a Geodude, right? Yes. Hello, random Geodude. All right. Well, I think after we fight this Geodude, I'm gonna head back to base camp and call it a stream. I'm streaming for about 3 hours or so, and you know, gotta make sure I get at least some rest before my first shadow shift for today. Uptime now work? You do realize you lost uptime privilege, right? You do realize that I just disabled the command. Hi, Blossy. Now, 0. 0. When you use uptime 3 times in 4 minutes, like, half of me wants to just time you out for trying to spam commands. Cause like, I hate when people spam commands. It just fills up chat, and people who are trying to have conversations like can't because they're just commands overtaking it. And 2, there was no reason to do it every like you did it 3 times in 4 minutes, and then for some reason kept doing it every you tried to do it every, I think every 10 minutes after that or something from what I was counting out. I just disabled it because there's no reason to keep checking every 10 minutes. And I don't even know, sorry, I have to rant about this. I understand that you need it for mobile to see how long the stream is, but why would it matter for how long the stream's been going? Like, I feel like it shouldn't matter how long I've been streaming. I just don't understand it. I don't understand. Like, okay, I've streamed for let's say I streamed for like 6 hours or something, but I obviously been like eating on stream or something. Like, why does it matter that you have to know how long I've been streaming? So I apologize. Just using it so much actively aggravates me. So I just was like, I'm just gonna disable it for now. It'll be re-enabled next stream. I just didn't want the spam to continue. Is battery and phone overheating? But how does what? I lose track of time when you stream. So wouldn't like a clock be better? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how this all goes together. Couldn't think straight. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how that all works. Because I'd imagine, like, even if you have your phone down, you could probably feel the heat from the phone if it's overheating. Phone battery, so you use the time the stream has been going to figure out how much battery you have left? Once again, I'm just trying to understand like how if this works. Cuz the only reason I would see that somebody would need to use uptime is if they like, you know, if the streamer's been going on for like ages and ages and hasn't been like eating or anything, and someone's on mobile like actively being worried, like being like, hey, listen, it feels like it's been like 4 hours has passed. I noticed you just did the streaming for 6 hours. Like, you should probably stop and eat. That makes sense. But I just don't understand the phone thing. I realized how a sound alert that only bothered me when I used it for a while was therapeutic to get rid of. Yeah. I'm just trying to find like figure out the rationale. That's all. I'm not trying to like downplay it, Catsy. I'm just very like legitimately confused how this all goes together. Is really what I'm just trying to figure. Because I'd feel like if you're trying to monitor your battery, but also monitor how hot your phone is, you could just touch your phone for the heat. But I understand if you have it like propped up against something or just resting on something, like, okay, I understand that. But the battery, maybe it's just me. Like I said, this could completely just be me. But I find myself tapping my phone screen like over and over again, whether I'm watching videos or streams. Like, I find myself tapping my phone screen a lot. Like, a lot. But maybe I'm the only one who does that. It is completely possible that I am like one of the few people who tap their phone screen like over and over and over again just to like double check things. It is completely possible that I'm the I'm in the minority. And I understand if I'm in the minority. Like, I completely understand. I still have this random zone. I've tapped live cooking oil. Depends how fast you are to be. That is called insanity. I'm, like I said, I'm just curious is all. I'm not trying to like call out you, Catsy, for like just constantly doing it. I mean, I prefer if you used uptime sparingly. It's just when you use it a lot, I get frustrated really quick when commands get used a lot. It's for those who don't know some channel lore, it's the reason why the hydrate command and the stretch command are so much more expensive than probably other streamers that you see. And that is purely because chat lost their privilege for having cheap commands. And that's why for a while actually chat lost their privilege for commands for a while too. Because just people would love to spam them. And I said, like, if you got this is a privilege. If you abuse or overuse the privilege, I will just outright get rid of them altogether. People are like, oh, you're not going to get rid of them. Why would you do that? And then the day I got rid of hydrate, people were flipping out. Like, you need to hydrate, but I can't like use it a ton. I'm like, I wonder why. I like to save battery throughout the day as a dedicated fan. I'll watch throughout, which takes up too much battery. So, okay. So have a sleep type into those commands. Sorry, you're good. That's why I had to stop it, because it was like you're starting to overuse it a ton, and I'm not like, I understand you were half asleep. You're just not using. I'm not gonna have you just use that as an excuse to that. You did it while half asleep. I got rid of the command for the time being because it was being overused. You like to watch throughout. Twitch takes up too much battery. Well, I know that's the truth for Twitch. Twitch does use up a lot of battery. But so do you, they want to know how long they've been here, like an introvert checking for the sun? I feel like another command would be better for that, wouldn't it? Like, I feel like uptime is not a good command for that, because then you'd have to do math for how long it's been lasting. But if you keep doing uptime over and over again, like, you're just going to be getting the actual stream time over and over and over again, which I feel like is very, very ineffective, because then you're having to do math. And I don't know about you, but I'd like to do as little math as possible throughout the day. Like, I think a better idea for you, Catsy, besides my tick of hitting, like, pressing the tapping the screen over and over again to check how much battery I have left, right? What if there was a command which shows you how long you have been watching the stream? Does a command like that exist? I'm not really good at making my own commands, like, I'll be completely honest, but I wonder if there's a script that somebody is able to make where they can check to see when you first entered the stream to the current time you use the command. I feel like that would be incredibly complicated, right? I think that would be stupidly complicated. But I think that would be a lot better overall, wouldn't it? Don't think there is. I've checked. If that worked, I would leap at it. The idea is golden, but practically rocket science. Disagree. Hold on. For those who are also wondering, yes, I'm totally just reorganizing my boxes here. Like, we're at the end of the stream, so I'm just reorganizing so I know how much space I actually have and what needs to be done. Because I need to do... So, I think what would have to happen, right? In order to have the command that Catsy would actually benefit from, rather than uptime, is... So it would be a command that would check. So, you know, if you press at the top right, it says users in chat. It would have to be a command that lets you go into chat where you're on, like, it, where it scans the list, checks if your name shows up there. If it does, then it starts counting down from, like, the first time. Like, the bot would have to check that and then start counting down how long it's been there. If it, like, leaves for any second, it would stop for that, like, for a period of time and then come back, right? So, like, for lurkers, it would show the name in the chat, and then if they decide to like leave the stream and go somewhere else but then come back later, the time just continues on. Like it doesn't reset until the stream ends. So it would have to be more like a script that would scan that list somehow and then just track how long that name has shown up. There is issues because there's the whole thing that like lurkers, sometimes their names don't show up unless they like actively have the screen open. So a lurker could be there for like 2 hours, but it might not register if they're switching between tabs, you know? That's the thing. That's the only way I can think of it working. I'm not sure. Yeah. Sorry, that's the only way I'm like thinking that it would work. So. I've been holding on to these Pokemon for so long. I'm supposed to trade these with somebody. Okay. Sorry. With that, I think we're all set for the stream. Unsure if someone ever coded that. Yeah. Well, somebody would have to. Like, if we had a dedicated coder in chat, they could probably figure out. I don't think it's that ridiculous and that too far-fetched, but I think it's just the whole thing of what's the usability behind it. And when it comes to uptime, once again, uptime seems to be more used for people if they do longer streams and somebody's just like wanting to double check if they've ate after a specific amount of time, right? Like, let's say, once again, they're watching from mobile. They're like, hey, I feel like the stream has been going on for a while. I can't see it on mobile. Let me do uptime. Okay, here's uptime. Holy shit, you've been streaming for 6 hours. Have you eaten? No, you should probably do. Because people on PC probably might not care too much, but mobile, you might be like more curious about it. Right. Yeah. Just the overheating and the battery thing. Like I said, I might just be weird because I'm just religiously tap my phone screen as like a habit. So excuse me. So sorry, focusing on Pokemon though for a little bit. Back at Pokemon here again. We also second scolding from me. We talk about Pokemon and I'll get to that. I need to trade. These Pokemon have just been sitting here and I need to trade them so I can get the best possible release reward from them. I need to find somebody to trade with. I'm going to talk to Sparks to see if I can trade with them tomorrow just to get on. That means I have 4 extra boxes so I can start getting some stuff done. So that's good. And we got quite a bit done today. We're at 207 hours, so that's good. Yeah. As far as the scolding, like, I'm not trying to scold you, Catsy, but like I said, I'm incredibly blunt and I don't sugarcoat anything. Like, I'm not trying to like yell at people or get angry. A lot of the times I just don't understand the rationale behind things. But once again, the first time I think you're referring to was the alcohol joke, which that's a line that like I have to sternly place in the ground, and that is purely because of something that happened to friends. So like I had to get hella stern there. This one's not even scolding. I'm just more confused why uptime. Like that just was like, mean, don't need it, but maybe do. So I would say the first one was definitely scolding because of the content being talked about. This one was not really scolding. This one was more just me being like, just don't overuse the command, please. And just a reminder to everyone to not overuse commands. It just happened to be that you were the one who used the command, but I'm not. It's more just reminding people. Because as much as I love my own community, y'all really, really fucking suck at trying to keep things sacred. Gonna let y'all know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly 0. But yeah, no, I'm like I said, as much as I love my community, the fact that y'all really for some reason like to spam commands a ton, like, is infuriating. Which is why it took so long for there to be sound alerts, right? Because I was terrified that chat would spam the sound alerts so much throughout streams that I would just lose it and just start yelling at everybody. But everyone's been very sparing with them and using them in proper ways. So like I feel pretty good about leaving that as it is. Hydrate and stretch. I'm waiting a little bit longer. As long as chat can keep good. As chat, I'm looking at you. As long as y'all behave yourselves with the commands and hydrate and stretch, I'll lower the points and remove the limit. But you better behave yourself. Be in a bit. My fault. Nah, once again, hydrate and stretch are the points that they are right now purely because, and has the limits that it has right now, purely because people would come into stream and that's all they would spam. And before you'd be like, oh, it's definitely trolls. It's not trolls because it was my mods and a few other regulars, because I know who they are. And they would spam them. So that's why they're so expensive, and that's why speech impediments so expensive. Because I was like, oh, I'll just have that at 1,000. And then it got redeemed 7 times. Still sticking the saving for VIP. That's fair. That's fair. Anyway, I've been rambling on for too long. So as far as tomorrow goes, let me explain what we got going on for tomorrow, because tomorrow is gonna be an interesting day. So, Twitch side of things, right? Twitch side of things, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try my best. It is currently 1:30 in the morning. I'm going to try to wake up at a good time, like 8 or 9 in the morning, maybe. So that way I can get some stuff done around my room, because my room's a disaster. There's a lot of groceries and Easter stuff around. I'm going to get it all done, and then we're going to stream at 11 o'clock my time. And it's going to be 2 hours of VODs, 2 hours of Genshin. That's the plan. 2 hours of VODs, 2 hours of Genshin. I'm going to hopefully start at 11. If I don't, just expect Genshin for 2 hours before I go to work. Okay? I work until about midnight, but it seems like I might leave before that. I don't know what specifically like needs to be done. We'll see. We'll see. New hat reveal. I don't even know where it is. I threw it somewhere the other day. I'll do it next time, okay? It's somewhere around here and the room's a mess. But tomorrow night, we're gonna stream Rune Factory again. Probably like 3 or 4 days of Rune Factory, so it'll be a little bit longer of a stream. Just to kind of catch up with what today was supposed to be. So that's gonna be what's happening on the Twitch side. YouTube side of things, there's gonna be a clip that's gonna be revealed, and also on TikTok at Katathi Wolf is the TikTok name. I'm gonna start getting the rest of the clips uploaded onto TikTok. I've been kind of forgetting, same with Hover. So, but I will be starting to get those massively uploaded there. I'm gonna be doing that all tomorrow. Ninetale time? I don't know what that means. But yeah, so that's gonna be the plan for tomorrow for YouTube and Twitch. Ideally, I was supposed to do the final for Splatoon tomorrow. That's not happening just because of how crazy today went, and I just don't have enough time, and I want to get a good amount of sleep before my first shadow shift tomorrow. So that should be the play. should be pretty good. I'm going to be making sure I'm writing down my note cards about what I need to do. I'm actually, hopefully I can end the stream for Genshin around 3 tomorrow, so that way I can stop at the store. I want to grab a planner, so that way I can start writing out what I want to do every single day, because the one day this past week that I wrote out my entire schedule, we got everything done on that schedule. So, we're going to do that. With that being said, I'm going to go pass straight the fuck out. I'm still bad at rating, but I stream so late. Hopefully more so when we do more like early morning streams, or like streams right around like noon my time. We'll be doing more raids. Just the 1:30 in the morning ones. Not really the greatest idea. So with that though, I thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, huge shout outs to Nazareth TV. Once again, go check them out. Thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it. And shout outs to those who followed today: Error8848, Nazareth TV, Immortal Duck 88, and Denomi 101. Really appreciate that. So have a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, or evening. Of course, my name is Katathi. I'll see you guys next time for some more Reddit gaming. See you guys later. Peace. Bye, everybody.